A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Oh, good for you! Get the fuck out!
Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com. Ooh, welcome to the last episode of 2023, the Commander Smiths. That was a long one.
We are the last you'll see of us of 2023 Commander Smiths. Did that work?
Yeah.
No, it didn't. Did it?
Kinda.
People will be able to watch us whenever they want.
I'm Adam Smith.
I'm Lowry Smith.
And you're drinking tonight, aren't you?
I am.
Cheers. Look at that. Cheers to the end of 2023.
Bells, Batman smell.
Oh, that's rude. This is episode 304 and 305. For those of you guys watching live, this is a two-part episode. We're going to do it all in one big shebang.
Right.
For those of you listening, it's going to be split up, so you're going to catch the other half in about a week after Christmas. But if you want to, you can. If you're listening to this, you can jump on the YouTubes and catch the whole thing. So that's always going to be there for you guys. Yeah, so we're doing an end of the year, you know, what everybody kind of does, I guess. But what exactly are we gonna do here? Larry, you look confused. Oh, because they were doing okay. So number 2 was saying over under 7.5 minutes late. Was the first comment, but it won't show up on here. And then Chris jumped in.
You were real aggressive on the buttons when things were. And I didn't know
what I was doing.
On.
Yeah, I was hitting buttons because they were talking. And then Chris was like, let's go.
Audio won't hear that. But YouTube, if you didn't skip through the waiting 2 minutes, which I'm sure 99% of people do. Yeah, Adam can get real aggressive on the buttons there.
Whatever. But yeah, so okay.
You'd think he's hitting on his board there.
What?
Soundboard.
What are we doing?
Yeah, hitting them buttons.
I only hit 2 that time, or maybe 3.
There were 3 or 4.
There were 3. Yeah, I hit the. If I did this one.
A wizard is never late.
Yeah.
Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he
I did your Team Forest walk.
Out.
Get the fuck out!
And I did.
Oh, good for you!
Okay.
I didn't get Hello Boobies. I should have got that. That's one of our mainstays in this. So
Hello, boobies.
Thank you, Larry. Okay, so episode. Oh, Josh, he started. He wrote sniped. He got it. Wait, I think he bought. Shit. Okay, wait a second. 15,
I don't have any notes on anything. 30, what do you mean?
45. No, he got us with 4. He got us. Adding is nice. We have 4 Malort shots. Thanks, Josh.
Snipes.
I wore the shirt just in case tonight. I was like, well, Lowry's back. He's going to be able to whether he's wearing the Team
same
Force.
Difference. Hashtag Team Force Walk.
Get the fuck
That's an aggressive button. You know that? I think you can.
It's my favorite.
Let's tone it down to get the fuck out.
Oh, you know what?
That's what it is.
You're going to have to give me a second.
That's 4th.
Because you know why? I thought
Are you on Malort?
I thought I had my shot glass here, but I don't because I took this. Spoiler alert: I lost in battle boxes, which was last week, and so I had to
The biggest, bestest comeback.
That was a comeback and a half.
ever.
That was crazy.
It literally, I only won because Adam lost his pack.
Yeah, that is. And the funny thing is, people found it in the video, like at minute blah 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 blah. You
right
can see it
there.
in the box sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know where it is. I couldn't find it. I wasn't even drunk
contact
then.
Wizards.
Yeah, I was.
It was
like,
going to be a whole ordeal. Thank God.
All right.
Thank God we recorded it and not had them like send it to Wizards. So like it's fucking right there. What's their problem?
I was thinking the next day, I was like, I just hope I don't find this pack the next day. And then I did. I text you. I was like, fuck, I found it. It's like, I don't know how I missed this. I know how I missed it though, because they have the little advertisement like paper in there. And then they had the extra sides that went up with like the bonus things, the pop out things. Okay. And so then that was curled in there, and I thought the pack was that, and I'm stupid.
There's a lot of open packs laying around too. I was going to give you that excuse if you so wish to take it.
If there's packs, I like to open them, so that's just how it works. I'm like, it's like a lotto ticket or whatever. Why don't you
get your shot glass?
Yeah, I was gonna say tell what we're gonna be doing for episode 304, and then say
checked. I know somebody. Number two's wife.
Yeah.
There we go.
So you say what's on 304 and 305. I'll be right back.
Whatever configuration we end up coming up with, this is in total the 2 episodes. We will do Stump the Smith Savant tonight. I do not know who got it. So it doesn't really matter. Then we will also do tournament results, and those will go for 2 weeks because we're recording now, so we're not going to tell you next week if you want. So we'll just let it run for 2 weeks. I'm sure that's what Adam's going to do. We haven't talked about that. We're going to talk about our favorite sets.
Right.
And so we all know Adam's. I won't say it, but it's going to be the Great Henge. So my favorite set for the year. And then we will do our favorite secret layers as well, one apiece. And then we will have a Fave 5 favorite new cards printed this year. And we will have a Fave 5 commanders. And we'll essentially be talking about ones that we built.
With me, it's all 5 of them.
Everyone you built.
Except for
I was able to stick to I was able to stick to the commanders. I built 10 new commanders that were printed this year.
Good.
Got it in.
Well,
I mean, I just understand why you have me here. That's all. Just to build decks. That's what my purpose on this planet is.
Exactly. It's just building decks.
Just build decks.
That's why
that's it.
In the Discord channel, I muted. It's the only channel I muted is the building deck one, because I'm like, Lowry's he's the man for you guys to talk to on that. I don't even want to try. And so you were like, hey, I'm trying to help out Jacuzzi with his list. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, it's the channel I have muted. Let me see what's going on over there. Yeah. And I figured it out.
I'm here for you, boo. So yeah, that's what it's going to be. A Fave 5 cards, Fave 5 commanders, or top set, and top secret layer.
Did you talk about Stump the Smith Savant?
Yep, Stump and tournament results that will run for 2 weeks for voting after this.
For the finals. Well, we might
Who has Stump the Smith Savant?
Josh Stover from the Discord is in for stumping you this week. So let's get our first Malort shot.
Let's do it.
We got a long night ahead of us here. I told
Cindy.
Sounds like I said
it's work.
Probably gonna stink like booze.
Yeah, I'm just sleeping in the basement. Like,
hey,
we're drinking for the first time in 2 months. Yeah.
It's Lowry's. If Lowry takes 4 shots in a night, he sleeps in the basement. All right, Josh. Right. Thank you. Cheers. End of the year, 2023. Oh, here we go. Okay. The first one normally isn't as bad.
It's been a while. This is awful. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
I don't think I've had Malort in a
Since-
long time.
Since SmithCon, basically.
No,
Yeah,
no.
we've
I
had-
stopped. I did the stop drinking thing in October.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 months.
Ugh.
God, this is awful. I think I was healthy. Was I healthy before I took that shot? And now
Wait.
I'm not again.
Oh, I thought you were
Like,
going to say
this is different. This is
I thought you were saying Malort like just cured you. Like that's what you're
no,
missing is you haven't had
no.
Malort in your life.
like I can taste on the side of my tongue right now.
That's normally you can do that with your tongue.
Oh, no,
As
not really.
Red Squirrel
Not
says,
like this.
"Come for the magic, stay for the Malort." That should be the next T-shirt. Speaking
I
of
missed
that,
that big one,
really quick, I know we keep mentioning the store. We're gonna be pushing things because this is our last episode. The store stuff's gonna happen after the new year. We're gonna pick up Commander games going again, especially with our new decks. We're gonna get those going. So that's just kind of we're getting a week off is what we're gonna be doing. But there is gonna be some stuff happening. Let's get to the tags. Let's get all that stuff done really quick because then we can get into the fun stuff of the episode because we got a lot to do here. So, you can become a patron by donating $1 or more. That gets you into the Discord. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Well, because at the beginning it sounded like you were going for Gandalf,
You shall not pass.
but then it turned
You can
not
be a part of the
Gandalf.
Discord by donating $1 or more.
into Gandalf trying to sell cars. That was
Hey, it might do better than me doing it. But then $5 or more gets you proxies each month if you so choose. What proxy we have there? I guess I'm showing off the Heroic Intervention since we're still in the Ixalan. This is the prize for Stump the Smith Savant. But
Ready?
this is the higher tiers. If you move up in the tiers, you can get foil proxies. You can get regular proxies. You don't have to get proxies. You guys can just support the show by donating to Patreon or for us or whatever that gets you in Discord stuff. The other way to financially support the show is jump on YouTube and do what Josh just did. Make us suffer, make us take shots, make us drink Malort, make us take jelly beans. There's a lot of things you can do on the live stuff if you don't want to.
could do jelly beans too. I didn't
jelly. Are
just
you?
drag this thing out.
Oh, are you saying hot beans as well?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
want to.
We don't
Not
want
tonight.
hiccups.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
That could have been
That's
done on
a
the battle boxes, but we didn't have that happen. Just shots, and actually you weren't drinking, but you were taking jelly beans for that. So,
Right.
so the financial way is anytime we're live, you guys can donate by making us take shots or beans or whatever. The other way that financially, technically, it's free for you, but gets us money is if you have a choice. What are you doing to that microphone? If you have a
Whatever I want.
choice and you can listen to the podcast, if you can watch it on YouTube, that gives us a fraction of a penny. A very, very small fraction, but every fraction adds up to eventually a penny. And so technically, you are supporting the show by watching us there. We have tons of content that goes on throughout the week. YouTube has kind of gone crazy for us I think that's probably the thing that's increased the most for us in the last year. Not only did we had some big stuff happen this year. We hit 1,000 subscribers on
That's
YouTube,
true.
and it continues to grow as we, every day with all that stuff. But we have last week, what do we have? We had battle boxes, which we kind of did the spoiler on that. And that was with the fat packs that were the special edition ones. You had curated MTG. What was curated MTG? Do you remember what that was? Nope. No idea. It
Nope,
was a card and it was not used very much.
I didn't do one this weekend. I don't have one lined up for tomorrow.
Wah. Oh, I do it.
Yeah, way to fucking do your job, Lowry. You have one job. Make it
but
back.
you did get
You're
your
in.
secret layer, and I didn't get mine yet. Mine comes on Thursday, so you opened your secret layer to kind of show off the fun stuff that you got. That was
Wormhole is
sexy.
amazing.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking. I don't even know where to put it. I wish I bought 16, but I don't, and because that's
You
a lot
still
of money.
can. You still can.
I bought 3. I don't want. I'm not gonna. I'm done. Done.
I need to teach you the selling technique of eBay.
I understand that. I
Because
just.
then you could buy more.
Do
Get
you know how
more.
long you've been talking to me about selling cards on eBay?
I know, and then
Dude, I remember the first time. We're sidetracking right now. It was World Wake. I opened up Jace the Mind Sculptor in my box midnight, 1 o'clock, whenever that happened.
Sell it.
Yep. You wanted me to sell it at $40 or $60. It was an insane price at that time. It went up to 100, and you were like, you should still sell it. And I never did. And now ever since, I have so many cards I should be putting on YouTube. Absolutely.
On YouTube? You sell on YouTube now?
Yep. Well, drinking. But also, I just bought my second Jace the Mind Sculptor, and they're 25 bucks.
For you.
Yeah, they're down to 25 bucks right now. So are you still telling me to sell my Jace the Mind Sculptors?
I mean, I am still holding mine from Double Masters, the foil one that I opened, and hoping that the price comes back up, but it's not.
I don't think so.
I need to dump it. So, but eBay is the way, like, especially with these secret layers, you can, I know Jacuzzi has been doing, he got them early like you did. And he's been selling them and he's buying more because he's been selling enough of them. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so
Wormhole is awesome.
You got your wormhole. That sounded really bad. You got your secret layer.
Wormhole.
You got your wormhole.
Make it like a verb. I got my
Malort. I'm putting my slippers on. My feet are already cold. They'll be warm when the Malort starts kicking in here. But yeah, so you have your secret layer you opened. What else you curated? Oh, I Hawkball, whatever the merfolk.
Hacky sack ball.
I had which I don't know if it was a good idea, but after battle boxes and drinks and Malort shot of losing, I then did my final spotlight. I never did the building, the searching for the spotlight. I did the final deck tech of Hackball. I kind of was all over the place. I felt like I was all over the place. I think I'm
sure it was amazing.
But I did build the deck, so you guys can check that out. I've only goldfished it a bunch of times, but I haven't been able to play it in the wild. That's going to
essentially Merfolk Explorer deck, right?
Yeah, it was originally going to be like self-mill kind of thing, and then I kind of was like, man, there isn't really, it works, but that's a lot of work. That's like turn 9-10 before you hit and that gets to be too much. So I turned it into.
What about a treasure hunt deck? Oh, you need more Merfolk though. Never mind.
Yeah. So it turned into more of a big stompy 1/1 counter kind of deck. So I think it'll be. I wouldn't say it's necessarily for beginners kind of deck. You still have to know what cards you want to get and what order you want to do things. But I think it's a good deck it should be a relatively easy deck, straightforward to play. So we'll see when we get it live and everything.
The other thing, are we going to talk about it later?
No.
Too new?
Yeah, it's not in my 5 yet.
The other thing that I was thinking about that is that initially you were thinking that it's for beginners, and I think it might be more that it's like a linear strategy.
Right.
I haven't seen the deck or the deck list, but you're basically going to play Merfolk, explore, put counters on them, and attack.
Correct.
That's what the deck is doing, and that's likely going to happen every time. And that's easier than what your decks normally are, which I think that's normally has a couple of different routes.
And I think that's the reason why it wasn't a searching for the spotlight deck, because I was able to cut it all the way down before I even got to doing the deck tech. Normally I have a lot of things going on, and I have to be like, okay, balance this out. This was like you just said, very straightforward counters. Merfolk are doing a lot of things. They each have their own thing they're doing. So it's kind of cool in that aspect. It's not going to be the same thing every time because it depends on which Merfolk you get out and everything like that. So, yeah. So it seems like it'll be fun. It seems like it'll be strong. I think it's lacking is the removal. So we'll see how that goes when we get it in the wild and everything. So, so that was last week. This week is, we got the podcast. We have a curated MTG. I do get my secret layer. I'll hit myself for this.
Oh, good for you.
I do get my secret layer big package. Oh, good for me again.
When you got it.
Thank you. I get that on Thursday, so I'll be doing a unboxing of all that. And then I did order Yeah, this is going to be a spoiler, but I did order more Lord of the Rings collector boosters from Card Kingdom because I had buy list
Did we
money.
just want to start with our favorite set?
No, that's for episode 305, Lowry. Settle down.
You're right. All right. I'm calm. You're the one that needs to calm down.
I think, okay, not spoiling, but spoiling. I ordered 4 collector boosters. I think it was 6 collector boosters from the original. And then with the holiday stuff, I ordered 2. And then I bought 10 packs because Card Kingdom had the sale. And then I bought 2 more. So between it all, I have 10 collector booster boxes of Lord of the Rings plus 10 more packs. And then
like that are on the way.
No. They're like total.
Oh,
like,
that you've done total.
Total, yeah.
Right.
The one that'll be on Friday is just 2 collector booster boxes of the gift stuff. So, yeah.
Right. Well, and I have my guilty thing of this weekend of where I had like 400 and Card Kingdom credit, and I text you.
Good for you.
I text you Friday night. And I'm like, you know what? I just went and got a bunch of foils, like search foils from Doctor Who, because like a bunch of the lands, like temples and whatnot. I was like, that was pretty cool. And then Saturday, I went through all of my decks and bought like jank foils that I use in there off of CK, and then filled out the rest of the search foils of cards that I would wanted. And then that was an order on Saturday. And then Sunday, I decided to go through like my normal boxes that have cards that I like to play with. And I got through 2 colors and added in some stuff from other decks that I missed. And so I spent $450.
Oh, good.
And 3 packages. They're going to show up sometime. I'll do a combined video of that whenever that shows up in the next 2 weeks. Like we get done Sunday night. I'm like, probably an asshole thing to do of me, like over Christmas.
Right.
Like,
You could get
just fucking, what was I doing?
Are you saying it's an asshole thing because they have to get it ready and then send it out?
Right. I'm sure they're swamped. I could have waited.
Yeah.
And then I just was fucking, let's of this. Like
I have free money.
It's going to be like 280 foils of random ass cards. And they're going to have to go and search through so many things. Like
that's going to be a fantastic video, though. I mean, I don't
know about that.
I much more enjoy your buy list orders because it's a bunch of random curated MTG shit that it's like, what the fuck? What?
That's
okay.
true.
Where mine is like, oh, I like this spec, buy them out. Oh, I like this spec, buy them out. And then, I'm $1,000 later and I bought 4 cards, but there were like 20 of them.
A bunch of them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're doing better than me.
No, it's I like, we're both just coughing. I think we need Malort again. Not yet. Okay. So that's it. That's YouTube. We got a lot of stuff there. That's where we can do the voting for the stuff, for the tournament. Tournament's going to go for another 2 weeks to get to the finals. So you guys will have that. So that's YouTube. Just make sure you guys jump on there. We still have those, if you're watching right now, you guys that are watching, give it a like because guarantee you check this in a couple days. It's going to get 2 or 3 thumbs down because we have a serial thumbs downer. And maybe it's one of you
promoting
fuckers.
them.
You fuckers right there. It's you guys.
They're like serial thumb downers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's literally.
You don't give them attention.
Oh, I
It's
thought
fine.
you were repeating what I said and didn't hear what I said.
It's like opposite day for them always, and
It's
they
me.
really mean
Number
to
2.
hit thumbs up.
Number 2. It's me.
I don't actually doubt that.
I knew it.
The difference is that if it was him, he wouldn't admit to it.
Right.
That's so it isn't him.
Commander
All right.
Gouts. Oh, sorry.
Good to know.
I got a
Well, he does have multiple accounts, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. All the
him.
thumbs are good thumbs. Park said. I like that. Really quick, since you haven't drank for a while, what are you drinking, Lowry? Because I am drinking a Neapolitan, porter from Breckenridge. It is Breckenridge Brewery. These are actually really good. I think I'm going to buy another 12 pack of this. It's like a sampler pack. So I had something cake.
What is label? Jesus.
German chocolate
it's
cake?
a triple from New Belgium. I enjoy this one. It's really nice and light and yeasty. You know I like that yeast. Yeet. 8.5%. I'm done with that already. I'm gonna go with my gift from Mr. Hockey that he gave at the
Say his name
at the
correctly.
cabin. In Mr. Hockey, Invisible String Strawberry Rhubarb Lager from Modest Brewing. So I'll do that. And then I also picked up
Look at you getting all the
I got a
shout-outs here.
Peacherine Dry Hop Pseudo Sue Pale Ale from Goliath. Is it? Yeah, Brewing Company. Toppling Goliath.
Oh,
There we
has
go.
has a dinosaur on it. I like it.
You know, Toppling Goliath. Have you not have? I'm sure I've
I
shared Toppling Goliath.
Dude, do you remember the last time you shared beer with me for a podcast? That was when we used to do it together.
That was like 4 years ago.
We're coming up on 6 years. That's how long
All
ago.
right.
Remember?
I'm sure I shared one with you, but I can't believe you didn't remember it.
I
It's
mean,
delicious.
I
Toppling
probably-
Goliath is great. Look for the big
dinosaur.
dinosaur.
Mm.
Well, that's because it's Pseudo Sue thing. No, I definitely have shared with you, but
You don't share. It's only
So, yeah.
it's only Ibukaki that shares with me. You never share beer with me anymore. What
yeah,
happened?
but he knows what he's doing now.
He does. Every
Not
beer
now,
he
but,
shares
like-
with me is really good. And if it's at SmithCon, I get super hammered and don't remember the end of the night. So
I got
there's that.
chunky on the bottom. Was it supposed to get chunky?
And
at the
actually,
bottom?
I shouldn't even say SmithCon because when we did Guys Weekend a few weeks back, I vaguely remember the end of the last night. I guess I fucked with number 2 a bit. I woke people up and I'm yelling for number 2. I don't remember any of that crap. So yeah, that's Ibukaki's beer. Okay. We are 26 minutes. This is what it's showing is what's going to happen for this episode. You can also follow us on Twitter or X or whatever. I didn't even post that we were doing this podcast tonight there. That's how much we use that. So if you are used to communicating, God,
maybe good.
Communicating with us there, jump on YouTube and jump on YouTube and you can communicate there or become a part of the Discord. Just donate $1 or more and that gets you in there. So
We're gonna basically hit like 2 hours 45 minutes and be like, okay, we should wrap this up. It's gonna be at least a
there
3-hour
won't be anybody
podcast.
left on there except for us. Everybody's like, okay, I couldn't stay up and watch all this. All right, we're going to catch the rest of this later. I'll catch it on Christmas. All right, let's get to our stuff. Are we going to start? Do you want to start with the Fae 5 Commanders or do you want to finish with that?
I don't know. You think I walked into this with any desires?
Do you want Stump the Smith Savant to be the last thing? Like before we get into the... yeah, but before we... Not, I shouldn't... Last thing. Before 305. Before we do the other
We'll do a Fae 5 of your choice. Don't ask me. And then we tournament results and then Stump. And then we break and then...
Yeah,
quote unquote. Maybe we need a piss break. That might be
a thing. Yes,
maybe that's our break.
Yeah. Number 2 said, at the end of the cast, you start yelling for me to come downstairs again. Number 2, get down here. He's going to the bathroom. Good number 2.
Yeah. How about that? All right. So Fae 5 something. Whatever you want.
Fae 5
Did
Commanders.
you make a button?
No, I didn't make buttons. What? Don't
Are
get
you
all
gonna mouse button
disappointed.
Fae 5 Commander cards of Commander.
Wait,
2023.
Did you say of Commander cards?
Commander cards of Commanders.
Oh, episode 305 is going to be awesome. That's going to be a treat. All right, Lowry. Since you always complain that I go first, you can go first this time.
How often do I complain? I'm not a complainer. Which one are we doing? Commanders?
Yes, doing Commanders.
Oh.
What is your number 5 commander that you built this year?
All right. How about I ask you? Are you going to talk about Will?
I am.
Okay. I'll leave Rowan off because then they're essentially the same thing.
No, it's your Fae 5. Don't care about it. What's your Fae 5 commanders?
If we're trying to make this the longest podcast ever,
no,
we can't overlap.
We're not overlapping.
Right.
They're 2 different commanders.
Yeah, we are. No, they're the same thing.
Well, but
it's like looking at the same picture.
But Lowry, the thing is we're not like breaking down the deck. We're just talking about what our Fae 5s were. What was your favorite? If that's your favorite, you can't knock it off your list.
All right.
Is that your number 5?
Yeah. No, I will not have it on the list. I'm gonna go with
You douche canoe.
What?
What's your 5?
Hilda was like a disappointment. I'm trying to go through. You made me go first. I'm just not used to this. All right. I'm gonna.
I turned into Santa there. Sorry about that.
All right. I'm gonna go with Saint Traft and Rem Carlos.
Saint Traft. Whoops.
And
there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So it's blue, a red, a white, 3/4 spirit human. Whenever Saint Traft and Rem becomes tapped, create a 1/1 human that's red. If it's the first time. If it's the second time, a 1/1 blue spirit. And if it's the third time, make a 4/4 white angel. And then whenever you cast a spell that has Convoke, you get to untap Saint Traft and Rem Carlos. Like this was this was my third one from this set that I built. And
Oh, good.
I think
for
it's
you.
the most fun.
I don't
out
think
of
I've
the
seen
three.
you play this one.
I played it against Cole at the cabin.
But was I in that
So-
game?
No.
Oh,
Well, we played like once
I
there.
know.
Like
We
it
did
didn't
play-
happen often.
we got split a lot.
So, but I really enjoy making the tokens. The Convoke cards in Red, White, Blue are cards that I haven't really played with, so that allowed different feel. I'm in a really big kick of like untapping my creatures. It's happening. I probably built some form of like untapping since Takasia. So Takasia built 2 decks. They both untapped the creatures. Zimone and Dinah untap.
Is it more because
Magus Lucia Kane untaps.
allows you
Saint
to have
Traft
your-
untaps.
your blockers for the crackback, or what's the reason for?
Well, just like they have abilities on them, or like so Takasia you can tap and surveil, and if you untap every turn you can surveil a ton. With Saint Traft, you're opening up creatures to block, but also Convoke at instant speed a lot more likely. And just being able to make tokens, it's just been like there's a couple of creatures in there that tap for an ability, and whenever you cast a spell, they get to untap. So you're able to just have untapping shenanigans, and it's been I've really enjoyed the idea of tapping and untapping creatures for certain effects.
Yeah.
And doing it multiple times throughout. Also, I feel like do you know Intruder Alarm?
Mm-hmm.
The enchantment, the blue
When
one.
when a
untaps
creature
the
comes in,
creature.
you untap all your every creature
Yeah.
untaps.
That card is like a super like combo piece. Like
Mhm.
it's really easy to go combo away with, and so I haven't built with it in forever, and I really like the card. And also this year they've built a lot of decks that allow it to happen, like that card to work, but not go infinite.
Yeah.
Like a lot of what I just, because this only works 3 times, so it doesn't matter
Right.
how many more times I can untap and tap, and it just is going to happen 3 times for the most part, unless you're convoking and casting more spells. But that there's that limit there,
Yeah.
and that's I really like. I don't want to combo infinitely. I don't want to make a million tokens, but I want to push that and go like boom, 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 and feel like I'm doing a lot,
Right.
but not necessarily winning the game. So it's been a really, really fun deck.
I would like to
And-
see this one in play. You haven't done this one on stream though, right? I don't remember this one on
because
stream.
again, this is that third deck, and generally we'll do 1 to 2 after a set.
Kind of move on to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this was just something that I really thought would be fun to build, and I have really enjoyed it because it is pushing me outside of like not all Convoke cards are really good. Surprise. But it also taught me how good Convoke really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I've always disliked Convoke because it feels overcosted.
But that's a
And-
reason for that.
You look at those CMCs of 5, 6, 7, you're like, I'm never gonna fucking cast that shit.
Yeah.
And you do.
Right.
and you can. So it's opened my eyes up in that regard.
So I'm gonna say we aren't gonna turn this into a spotlight and do a 10-minute thing on each one of these. I do like the breakdown though. I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. Like
I know.
we're trying to explain why we like it.
I'm
what,
giving
what
you
did
shit.
we enjoy from it? It's not necessarily like I'm not talking about impact tremors in there and like certain cards. Just the
Wait,
specific
hang on.
goal
Let me pull up
cards.
Moxfield and let's go through this whole deck really quick. Just kidding.
Go check our decks out on Moxfield. You go to Moxfield. Just check out our decks.
That is going
That's
to be
indecisive Gandalf right
Yeah.
there. You can check it out if you want.
If you want, feel free. You don't have
Got a
to.
podcast in the Moxfield.
All right. Okay. So,
right, what's yours?
Is there anything else on that one? Because I'm gonna move on to.
No. I'm good.
I want to
Unless
see that
you
one. I want to
do.
see that one in play. So that's my big thing there. I want to see that one in person. My number 5 deck that I built, and I built 5 of them.
Yeah.
Is Edgin. What is it? Is it? I know it's a Lutenist. Luton. What's the first one?
Larcenous.
Larcenous. Okay, thank you.
Because he steals stuff.
Okay, hit the button.
Didn't you see the movie?
I did.
Kid can't even read.
So this is a Dragon's Approach deck that I built. So he is 1, a blue, and a red for a 3/3 human bard, and each non-land card in your hand without foretell has foretell. Its foretell is equal to its mana reduced by 2. Whenever you cast your second spell, each turn, goad target creature an opponent controls. That one, it's rarely, not rarely, it's kind of secondary. That's kind of the fun part. It's more of
the goading part.
Yeah. The Dragon's Approach part of this deck. It's a spell slinger. I like this deck a lot. It doesn't normally win, which is totally fine, but it normally does a shit ton of damage, gets really close to being, normally it's like second place, and it just doesn't have that finishing blow. I think what I've realized after playing Guys Weekend is I need the dragons that come in. It doesn't need to be the dragon. I have the blue and the red one that's the rolling the die, and one's the treasure tokens, one's the drawing cards. And then I have one more dragon.
Yeah.
I think they need to be hasty dragons, because a lot of times if I had any dragon that had haste, I would have had the game won. And I think that's happened at least 3 times. But this one's a lot of fun. I bought one of those little holding your card boards. Like it's a board, like a little piece of wood, so I can see my cards. So it's like I have a secondary hand. So I'm not constantly looking.
We need more accessories.
Right, exactly.
So check out our shop in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh, that's a good idea. Just for this one commander.
Right.
But yeah, this one's fun. This one's a lot of fun.
I've played against this once or twice, and you're right. It does some GD damage. One thing, because I built 2 Dragon's Approach decks with Calamax and stuff like that. So the things that
Calamax?
Yeah, stop it. Don't have to get so excited. But I like Edgin as the choice a lot better than Calamax, because what it does is it takes away a lot of need for like cost reductions, because basically that's what the foretell is doing.
Yeah.
And it opens up a lot more slots to be playing the Dragon's Approach plus other things, because basically what my decks were Dragon's Approach, ramp, and draw,
right,
and Calamax, and that was just kind of what it was. This, I think, probably gives you a little bit more wiggle room, because you don't have to worry about your ramp nearly as much.
Right. Well, so what it did was, and if people remember when I built this, if you watch the video of it, I had Niv Mizzet deck that was spell slinging and doing damage by every time I cast spells. I destroyed that and basically made that this, and then added the Dragon's Approach stuff as the main focus, obviously, but a lot of the stuff that's in the Niv Mizzet. So it's a lot of instant speed stuff. The goading is kind of nice. Like, people don't remember that. Even me playing it, if I foretell a bunch of things, you just can't cast them on your turn. But as soon as you say go, obviously you can't cast the Dragon's Approach. But if you're worried about somebody's creature cracking in and killing you, you can cast those instants that you put into your, you foretold or in
Foretelling,
your
yeah.
hand. You can cast those on their turn, make that creature attack somebody else. Normally they're doing a benefit. It does the whole spell slinging thing where you have gutter snipe and electromagnetic field, all that stuff where you're gaining bonuses so that when the Dragon's Approach does come out, it's doing a lot more damage than just the 3 as well. So this deck is pretty crazy. It's a lot of fun. I think it just needs a couple more tweaks and it could be crazy good, but I think where it's at is still a very good competitive deck. If I wanted to go to that next level, I just add. I think the dragons, really adding the hasty dragons in would be the key to this deck to going from.
Probably. But I think another problem with the Dragon's Approach just in general is you kind of get ignored until everybody gets really low.
Yeah.
And then you become a focus.
Right.
And then it's kind of like, wait, you did your thing. Thanks for bringing us down to 15.
Now you need to die. Yep.
Now you need to die.
Yep. Yep.
So I think that can be part of the issue with them too. But it's really cool. I like the deck.
Yeah, it's
Congrats
one of
on that.
Congrats. Thanks. All right. What is your number 4 deck that you built this last year?
I'm gonna go with. I mean, both of these were kind of offhand. So I'm gonna talk about the Balrog, Durin's Bane. It's been fun because when we did our Fave 5 commanders for Lord of the Rings, this was like my 5. I was like, oh, this kind of seems fun. Like sack and treasure. And you're like, you should do that. Like, you convinced me to do it.
Mhm.
And it is blazing. It's so goddamn fast. And it's fun. Now, like, again, it's probably similar to Edgin. But okay, the
tell what it
Balrog,
does.
7/5. Spell cost 1 less for each permanent sacrifice this turn. Not just for you, but everybody. It has haste. Can't be blocked except by legendary creatures. And then whenever the Balrog dies, destroy target artifact or creature an opponent controls. 7/5. It's the guy from You Shall Not Pass.
Yeah.
It's that guy.
You shall not pass.
And so, like, treasures add a mana and a sacrifice. So they're 2 mana for the Balrog. I can in gold fishing and even on stream, I was getting them out on turn 4. But I can get them out on turn 3, hitting for 7. Yeah, it's so fast. The problem is that it is fast. I need a lot more draw or like filling up the hand. But it's a lot of fun. It's really fast.
Are you
And it's
trying
one
to
of those
kill with
scary
commander
things.
damage? I don't remember exactly.
There are bits of that, and I guess I'll mention something that probably makes my Fave 5, but the like damage triplers that are coming out now.
Mhm.
So like City on Fire, Fiery Emancipation, that's 7, 14, 21. Tripling that damage kills people.
Yeah.
And so there's as many of those as you can have, 2 or 3 of them. But it's removal, having everybody sacrifice stuff for really cheap, and that's mana for you.
Right.
Innocent Blood, 1 black, have everybody sacrifice a creature is
reduces your stuff by
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
you
that includes your commander attacks, and so if you're able to just kind of keep on that going, I know what's the Lotus thing that Renshai always talks about having the Commander's Lotus? Gilded Lotus?
Jeweled
No.
Lotus. Jeweled Lotus.
Jeweled Lotus. See, I actually play it in there because it's a sacrifice.
Wow.
But-
I mean, I don't even have Jeweled Lotus in a single deck, but
It's
that's a good
the
spot.
only one that it's in for
Yeah,
me right now.
You rip it for 3 and it reduces this by 1, and so it's really kind of 4. Yeah, I
It's
get it.
4,
Yeah.
right? And so that's like a turn 2-ish thing.
Yeah.
That's
That's
4,
crazy.
5, 6. Almost, yeah. Generally, yeah. So it speeds things up really fast. I think because like when we played it on stream, go check that on YouTube. It was really fun. I just ran out of stuff to do, and so I probably need to beef it up a little bit. I always mess with my decks, so it could be different, but it's really fun, really fast,
What a
really
douche.
enjoyable.
What a douche.
Yeah,
That
chill
reminds
out.
me, did you know that I have 2 jeweled lotuses? Yeah.
I did.
The
We
hard
did.
part is
We
like
know.
Renshai,
Everybody on the Discord knows.
Renshai,
Everybody.
your signature is having a foil full art jeweled lotus from the original Commander Masters or not Commander Legends. And now you have to keep up with it, so you got to keep buying the best one. It'd be nice if you're known for a $5 card. Instead, you're known for a $3, $4, $5, $1,000 card. But yes, that's good. I'll give you this.
Oh, good for you.
Okay, yeah. Commander's plate. Okay. Yeah, Parks got it.
Yeah.
Oh, good
he
for
knew it
you.
was-
All right. Is there anything else
Where
with
are
the
you
ball
at?
rug? All right, you're done.
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
I can only say it's fast, it's fun, so many times.
Uratet is my next one.
right.
And I don't think this one was Phyrexia. So that was actually in 2023. There is one on here
No.
that was a 2022, wasn't it?
I
Oh.
think that one is.
Is it? I'm not
Yeah, that's
positive.
from Dominaria United, which is the
No,
fall
it's from
2022.
Phyrexia. All will be one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you lucky. I thought that. All right.
But the way I worded this was the 5 commanders you built this year. Doesn't have to be from this year necessarily. It's
Right.
what you built.
You
this year.
you made that rule.
Yeah.
That's fine. But this one works.
And I got to give
We
Renshai
gotta
a
fill
shout out
time.
here. Is he got me an autographed one of this one. So thank you, Renshai, because I built this guy, and it's
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, good for
Thank you.
you.
Renshai requested that button too.
So I like this deck because I did have a Super Friends deck before, with your typical Atraxa, and I don't like to follow. I don't like to follow the trends necessarily, and I didn't like the deck necessarily either. So this one actually was pretty fun. It is pretty fun, I should say. I turned it into half
Tough.
mirror and half Super Friends. So the mirror, in theory, is they come out, they're producing the mana. They can get big with counters from Urtet. And then they protect your planeswalkers. So you get your base out, you get your ramp out, and then you play the planeswalkers. And by that point, your mirror are so big that no one wants to swing in, and unless they have flyers, is your one get around. But they're also mana producers. So Urtet also untaps your guys, your mirror. So you can tap them, use them to bring out your planeswalkers, untap them on your attack step, tap them again if you want to play more planeswalkers, or you leave them untapped for blockers. It's just a fun deck. I really, really enjoy this one. It's not a power level, 9 or 10, but it's up there. It's a 7. If you let it go,
Right.
It can get crazy. And so it's a fun deck. Can be casual, can be aggressive. It's just doing all the things I wanted to do. And Super
I think
Friends.
it's tweener.
Yeah, Super Friends wise, you get all 5 colors instead of Atraxa being 4 colors. You miss red. This
Yeah.
gives you all 5 colors in it. So
Nobody likes red planeswalkers anyway. But
Red's amazing.
I really do like, because your setup is, you don't have to worry about early mana colors because you're just casting colorless Myr.
Right.
And then eventually, basically you're just going to have your mana unless you're really unlucky,
Yeah.
because you have your base set up, but then you're just able to mid the late game cast your planeswalkers. You untap, put counters on the Myr, they can block and become beasts, and then your planeswalkers can either just start doing their ultimates, or you can just get real aggressive with the Myr. I mean, it's
There's
worked
multiple.
very well in my my sight of it, my
Yeah.
seeing, my playing against it.
my sight of it. My video is delayed for a second. It paused.
I
so you're
noticed,
gonna-
but that's
I would say a big all-star with this one was All Will Be One. That is a fantastic red enchantment if you don't have that. Because every time you put a counter on any permanent you control, it deals that much damage to any target. So that I've won many games with All Will Be One. with this Urtet
Yeah.
deck because it also works with the Planeswalkers as well. So, all right. So that is my number 4. Lowry, number 3? What is your number?
Should we take a shot?
Should we do it now? I guess while mine's still delayed. Let's do a shot. Yeah. All right. Shot number 2. Well, because we do have another episode, kind of. I mean, it's one episode.
Right. I think if we just have like one there.
We have to not recut, but we got to cut. You guys are going to be in for a treat for 305 because we're going to have an intro and an outro, or an intro really, of 305. And I guess an outro for 304 because we're not going to be doing an outro here. It's going to be for 305.
Right.
And so that's going to be
It might just
sloppy.
be 305s into 304. But you'll see how drunk we can.
That's what
All
Cindy
right.
was like. That's going to be weird. People are going to listen and you're going to sound hammered on your 305. I was like,
Very
yep.
possible.
All right, Josh. Thank you, buddy.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Chri-
New Year.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Appreciate everybody out there. Hopefully you're doing
Happy
well.
holidays, everything. Whoa. 2 sucks. 2 sucks.
Ooh.
Yep. I don't like it. I don't like it. I liked when no one was buying shots anymore. I liked when Lowry, you were on your hiatus because people felt bad. They didn't want me to be the only one taking shots. I liked that time. Those were the good old
quality
days.
people that are nice to you. Oh my god. I feel like exposing oxygen to your mouth after a shot is bad. It's bad, right?
It
Like just
cakes the tongue. All right. What is your number 2?
I did not miss this.
What is your number? Wait.
Not one
oh,
bit.
actually, it'd be your number 3. I missed my number 4. I switched my number 4 and 3, but that's okay.
Oh.
What is your
Oh.
number 3?
I'm gonna cross that one off. Oop. So the ones that I've crossed off so far at this point is Rowan, Hilda, and Shalai and Halar. I want to talk about them real quick at the end, but let's go
We have
with
so much time for that.
right. We do as much time as we want. I'm gonna go with Anixia.
Nick. Did I spell it right? I did. Look at that.
There you go.
I can spell. Oh, Josh said he didn't feel bad. He was just sleeping during the cast. Vacation this week. Son of a bitch.
All right. So Anixia, Hand of Erebos, was from Commander Masters. It is 2 colorless, white, black, green, 4/4. Demigod has menace. Other enchantment creatures you control have menace. And then whenever Anixia enters or attacks, exile up to 1 target non-aura enchantment that's in your yard and create a 3/3 zombie enchantment creature into play. Now, this is fun. Like I feel like I almost always have an enchantment deck because I had Kestia for the longest time.
Yep.
I don't know. Like I feel like I always want like an enchantment deck, an artifact deck, and you know, I play plenty of creature decks, and these, you know, this is a creature deck in itself, but it allows, it's kind of like a token deck. There's the population, it's the graveyard that I always like playing around with. So this is really in my wheelhouse because I like playing in the graveyard. I like having a bunch of creatures and permanents. I like having, God, this Malort is awful. This is so bad. Why do we do this?
Larry's like, I can't wait to go back to not drinking on the podcast again.
Oh my God.
Fucking Malort. It's the fucking
This is a really
worst.
good beer though, by the way, Mr. Hockey. Really good. I like that. So it's fun. I'm gonna fun for me. Because I think you did play against this one at your cabin.
I don't remember.
I want
it.
to say number 2 was in that game. I want to say we were at the end of the table, and I got like a Doomwake Giant out and just -15 to everybody's creatures and populated it.
I don't remember that
Yeah.
one, so I might not have been in that one.
All right, you might have been on the other side. But yeah, so I brought back oh, it was Mark. Mark? No. Maybe. Mark was playing your wolf deck.
Oh, then I wasn't in on that one because I wasn't.
Yeah, so I think number 2 was across the table. But yeah, I Doomwake Giant and then populated like 5 times and got rid of all the creatures and just kind of stomped. And so if that's the way the game goes, I can see people not enjoying that, but it's one card that I think that one kind of puts it over the top. Other than that, it's just kind of like a control thing where you're recurring enchantment. That's enchantments that you can sacrifice for removal, like enchantments, artifacts, creatures, stuff like that. And so it's just kind of gaining that. You can populate those tokens. I like that it's actually tokens that are enchantments.
That's always the hard thing is like your graveyard stuff. It makes it tough because it's like, oh, I kill that, but then this commander works with the graveyard, so it makes it very tough. And that's the same thing with your what's its nuts. I'm Yarok. What's the one that plays
Madrotha?
Yeah, Madrotha. Like that deck is tough to play against because it's like, well, I want to get rid of it, but that actually doesn't really work because then he can bring it right back and cast it or whatever. And the only way we get rid of it is exile. But yeah, you are very good with the recursion and all that stuff. It makes it frustrating.
I don't have Madrotha anymore. I took it apart.
What?
Yeah, it was my favorite for a really long time. I just because I do play in the graveyard a whole ton. Like I generally do include some sort of graveyard interaction in my decks. That I just wasn't playing it a lot. So Madrotha is still a ton of fun. But Cole's right here in the comments. Like it's a resilient deck. It rebuilds from board wipes really well because basically once you have a Nixthia, what are they going to board wipe? Creatures or enchantments? If they get the enchantments, that's you're an enchantress deck. So you're kind of in trouble if somebody is able to board wipe that kind of stuff. But it's still creatures, and so it does some really good work. And all you got to do is just recast a Nixthia, and you get some sort of value piece back.
Like, because it's whenever ETBs or attacks, so you got that. Yeah.
And so if you give it haste, there's a couple of enchantments out there that'll give it like unblockability, essentially.
Yeah.
So anything that says like this creature can't be blocked by more than one creature, and it has menace, makes it unblockable, which is kind of fun. Familiar ground. You have the Arbiter of yada yada. Silent Arbiter. There we go. But there's just like bringing back like. This is Parallel Lives and Anointed Procession colors.
Yeah. So you're getting tokens.
You're doubling it up. And then somebody's like, we got to get rid of that. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to attack with a Nixthia and bring back my token doublers as creatures.
You can't even say the token doublers anymore. We got the token triplers with the...
They're not enchantments. Who cares?
Oh, I guess if you're trying to keep them enchantments.
But yeah. Like, I don't even think Mondrake made this deck. I think it was really close. I think it ended up working its way out because it didn't. It's kind of a later process. Like, there's so much setup in the enchantresses and removal, and then you drop a Nixthia for the value in this kind of deck. Whereas, like, Cole's Buddy might have, there are different decks. Everybody, if it's just like a precon.
Oh, yeah.
Those are.
I was about to say, O'Hare on our top 10 list. That one's a token tripler as well.
Yeah, that's a token tripler.
Yeah.
She's a beast. I don't have that one yet either, so I don't know how good it is. Probably okay.
I opened it in the not battle box 2 boxes I had, and I should have fucking opened that. I would have won. Anyways. All right. Yeah.
Well, just think about this. It wasn't number 1 for us in the Ixalan,
but it was.
So how good can it really be?
I mean, it's a token tripler. It's very good. It's 6 is the problem.
So I think a Nixthia is a lot of fun. I think there was a problem with the prices of the Commander Master precons. Like I hated buying it.
I didn't buy it.
I didn't buy it at the cost, but I think I bought it like in the 40s, but it was still like, fuck.
Yeah.
These things are expensive as shit, and they shouldn't have been. and they shouldn't have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The prices don't prove that. That was a shitty situation that a lot of people were put in. So,
all right. My number 3, which is actually my number 4, and is actually probably from 2022 if I remember right, but it's braids.
Fuck
yes,
that card.
this is
Fuck that one.
This is from Dominaria. So it was in 2022, but I didn't build it until 2023. It was the first deck of 2023 I built. This is the 2 black, 1 colorless. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares the type with it. If they don't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. It's just it's a sack happy deck. It's a lot of advantage for playing cards that you do want to sack. The what is that enchantment where you draw 3 cards and every time you cast a spell you lose a life. So I cast it, draw the 3 cards, sack it. Most likely people aren't sacking their enchantment, so I draw 3 more cards. It normally does really well. It's being mono black.
Fuck that deck. It's so goddamn good.
It's
because I think if it was the 2 life, that'd be fine. But you just always have a fat hand. It's because you're essentially always going to have people lose. You're gonna have like 2 of the 3 players lose 2 life, and you're drawing 2 cards.
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels. And then at the end, it's like, well, okay, we got enough stuff. We'll start sacrificing stuff if we can.
But I've already drawn so much, and people have lost enough life, and
it's the times that I played against it. It's damn good. It's a damn good commander.
And I do have some of the douchey stuff in there where take advantage of mono black.
Oh, really?
I only did it once. I did the one where it was the one time when we played it, or 2 times played it on stream, where I fucked you really bad.
Yeah.
Where I turned everybody's lands into swamps and
contamination.
Yeah.
No, I recall.
Because you had the game 1 basic. I think you had the board state like crazy, and I was like, well, contamination, and you're just like, motherfucker, because you couldn't do anything at that point. But you were still a threat. That's the crazy thing. If I hadn't cast that, the game was in your pocket.
That was my hashtag team force walk deck.
Yeah.
I would just build a better deck.
That was brutal. It's a very, very good deck. It's a very good card. It's one that's starting to make its way into 99s for me, just as like removal draw.
For sure. Yeah.
And the problem ends up being is like, are you playing enough permanents? And if you're much more spell based, I don't think the card's for you. But if you're playing cards that, if you're playing enough, hashtag team force walk.
Get the fuck out!
I was ready for it. I saw Cole's thing. I was like, I turned the page. I'm like, all right, we'll wait till Lowry stops talking. And then you had to throw in the hashtag team force walk.
And so if you're a person that plays a lot of permanents in their decks, braids, I think, is something that you should be adding in. Like, I struggle on wanting to sacrifice, which is another reason why I kind of built the Balrog, to try and push that feeling of like, hey, it's okay to sacrifice cards for certain
benefit.
Things.
Yeah.
I
mean, I've even sacrificed lands in braids just to make sure that I get the 3 draw off of it, to whatever. But
it's hard. It's hard for me to sacrifice a land for sure. But that's why I don't like Urza's Saga. It's a bad card.
Get the fuck out!
That's my hashtag Urza's. It's the get the fuck out. That's my counteract.
But like when you're putting cards in there that are amazing but have that drawback, like you were saying, that enchantment that like draws you 3 and then you can just sacrifice it.
Yeah,
that's a fucking ridiculous ass card. Like, when you can just get rid of it at that point.
Draw 3 again. Everybody loses 2 life. Like no one sacrifices enchantments. I've never had anybody sacrifice an enchantment when I played this. It's always creatures is the only thing that anybody's like, I can sacrifice a creature. If I've done anything else,
maybe if somebody has
artifacts,
like some treasures or clues out, they're willing to, or definitely some food, but
fucking worst.
Fucking food. but that's a 4-year joke
God
at
damn
this
it.
point too.
We are going to be, this is the longest podcast because we aren't even we're not done with this. We still have Stump the Smith Savant and okay. All right. Okay.
fine.
So that's my
We're
braids.
fine.
Your number 2 card.
Don't speed this up.
I'm
We're only an
trying
hour
to.
into this 3.5 hour slog. All right?
The numbers keep dwindling of viewers that are live. It's like,
Yeah, they got to go to bed.
we started
They
as
got
a huge
normal
number and
people
it's just like
things
broop,
going on.
broop, broop.
Yep.
It's going to be me and you, buddy, at the end here. There's not going to be a single person left. Except for you
Me
on
and
your
you.
phone. All right. What is your number 2, Lowry?
Oh, mine's not in order whatsoever.
Oh,
I
I did order mine.
I want to do one of my newer ones. I think Indoraptor is probably just fairly. No, it's not going to be Indoraptor.
Okay. I was going to say, because
It's going to be Xavier Sol.
Is that Z?
Xavier.
Yeah. Or X? Eek. Oh, there it is, Xavier. I spelled it before. There you go. Oh.
So
I haven't seen
it's-
this one yet play.
Nah, when we do play here in the next week or two, that's what's going to be happening. But basically it's black, green, blue, 3/3, human, fungus, pirate. But you can tap it to remove a counter from a permanent, and then you get to populate, which creates another token. Or you can sacrifice another creature to proliferate, which adds counters to everything that has counters already of your choice.
That's
And
fair.
I made a planeswalker deck, a Super Friends deck.
Super Friends.
That is my first. It's my first Super Friends deck I've ever built.
Aw, Cute.
Right. And it was again something that really pushed how I built. Because I wanted to play in the graveyard, and I don't think I'm really in the graveyard very much because planeswalkers put stuff there, but don't really bring stuff back from it to a degree. There's some Lilianas that can bring back creatures, but when you're a planeswalker deck, you don't really have a ton of creatures that you care about bringing back. Like it's been a really interesting balance. I spent a lot of time on that deck, but it ends up being a big creature token deck that you populate at the end of the game, and hopefully you start. But it does feel like there's enough proliferation as well within the deck. Xavier Sol is there to populate and
That's the main
emergency
focus of
proliferate.
it. Okay.
So like he's there for an end game, make a couple of tokens that are 10/10 pluses or 5/5 flyers, or that's what he's there for. And there's enough cards out there with proliferation, because that's part of the problem. Same thing with Saint Draft and Rem Carlos, as Xavier Sol has, is that Convoke originally was a white and green ability, and then they added red and blue in March of the Machines. Perfectly fine. Just there's a couple of other things that are there, and in this, Populate is a green-white ability from Ravnica, right? Making tokens. You don't have white in this deck, so you're missing many of those pieces that would populate, but proliferation is kind of in every color, mostly these colors. So you have a lot of proliferation support in these colors, and so I made Xavier Sol the populate part of it, if that makes sense.
Yep.
But it's been fun to have a planeswalker deck. I don't know how it'll really play out, because you never really, like, when you're gold fishing, you don't know if people are actually going to attack you. Do you have stuff that's going to be able to block that you want to block with? You hope that your tokens can withstand whatever's going on. But also I think it's going to be nice, because from what I've seen from Urtet, is that like planeswalkers in the form of a Super Friends deck does really well, because there's a huge lack of removal for it.
For planeswalkers in general.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say with planeswalkers is what ends up happening is, you get the players that feel bad for attacking people, and sometimes they'll just be like, I'll sit back. But planeswalkers, it does a different thing. It goes, people are like, oh, I won't attack you, but I'm going after your, we got to get rid of the planeswalker because it's an entity. So that is one warning I'll give you, is that there is this mentality of taking out a plane. I do it, I'm like, oh, who am I going to attack? Well, that planeswalker's there. We got to get rid of that because I don't even know what the ultimate is, but it just needs to die. And so planeswalkers have that draw to them. So we'll see how that works out when we actually get this going live and everything. But if you can keep them alive, they're unstoppable. Then there's too many.
That's the other problem. It's hard because people don't bring in spot removal unless it's attached with something else.
Right.
Which means that it's a little bit more costed, which means they're less likely to run it. And so it'll be an interesting thing to see, and also see if I actually added enough like early game blockers, or if I'm just ramping and hoping to just overrun them with planeswalkers, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, but I think it's really cool. I think he's fun.
All right, so that was
what's your fourth one? Second one?
My number 2.
Down? What are you doing?
Okay, so this one, I'm going to Tom. It's Tom Bombadil. He would be number 1, but I almost had an anxiety attack at SmithCon. But this one, it goes crazy, and the problem is when it goes crazy, my turn is 20 minutes long because you have so many sagas going on. So if you don't know what Tom Bombadil is, he's Wooburg. It's every single color. As long as you have 4 more lore counters on sagas you control, Tom has hexproof and indestructible. He's a 4/4 god bard. But this is my second bard of the year. I like bards this year. Whenever the final chapter of a saga is resolved, reveal the top cards of your library until you reveal a saga card. Put that on the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. This only triggers once each turn. So the thing that I've done with this deck is it's a lot of counter removal, manipulation, so I can hit final chapters and get the next saga out, but then also make it so that saga that hit the final chapter doesn't leave. So it ends up being, if you let it go, I did that twice. I'm not going to do the song again. I've done Let It Go twice in one episode. But if you don't deal with it, the sagas just get out of control. For me as well, the person that is running Tom Bombadil, it gets fucking crazy and anxiety ridden. So if you have anxiety, don't play Tom Bombadil is what I'm saying. I used to have really bad anxiety. I don't as much anymore, but it really stroked that back in poor choice of words there. But at SmithCon,
Lucky.
I almost had to stand up and walk away from the table because it was stressing me out so much. But it won. It ends up winning a lot of games because they can't deal with sagas. The sagas are all doing different things. A lot of them are removal. A lot of them are dealing with the board. A lot of them are controlling. And then I normally don't cast Tom Bombadil until he has the X-Proof and Indestructible. So even when he comes into the battlefield, most of the time he can't be dealt with. So it's a very powerful deck. It's another 5-color deck. But this one, it's fun. It is fun because it does it. Every game is different. I'm not winning the same.
Right.
It's whatever sagas are going off, and it's just. Oh, side note to it, I made it into Tom Bombadil as a Voltron kind of deck. So the idea is that Tom can go through and wipe out each player one at a time because he continues to get bigger with other things that I'm playing. It's your Enchantress, like you mentioned earlier. This is my Enchantress deck. It plays off of a lot of, because the sagas are enchantments. Hashtag Urza Saga for life.
Nope. No, doubt it.
But it is definitely in here. But so it's an Enchantress style deck.
Against that.
And so it's a ton of drawing, not only with the Enchantresses, but the sagas end up doing that as well. I will never let anybody else play it, because it's
absolutely right.
It's so fucking complicated that whoever that person is playing against is going to get mad, because you have to know what you're wanting to go get. And even though I know what I want to get, I don't always know what the best option is. There's always multiple things to choose and do in the deck. So.
And there is a lot that goes on, and I think
this is my most complicated deck I've ever built.
Yeah. And I'd say also like with this happening, like with you building this deck, I don't think anybody runs enough removal to like deal with the deck,
because it's
like
enchantment.
it'd be impossible unless you're running
Enchantment removal.
aura shards.
Yep, aura shards is what kills it.
Aura shards and mass enchantment removal is the only way to be able to deal with this deck. And if you don't, like, again, if you don't draw into it, you're done.
Yeah,
because that's part of having enough of it. And so it's kind of like planeswalkers, but you can't attack the sagas. You know what I mean? So
it's so complicated that not even Adam can play. I can
Mm-hmm.
play it. It just it stresses me the fuck out. Yeah, the worst part was Renshai. I know it was Jacuzzi at SmithCon,
I think he was in that
and I
game
think
too,
Renshai was in Jacuzzi's game. I think you fuckers were giving me shit while I'm internally about to have a panic attack and
Was
I'm like,
freaking
shut
out.
up, stop
Man.
talking. They're like, what is Adam doing? Adam, play your turn. I'm like, stop talking to me. But yeah, so I think this could have been number one, besides the anxiety part of this whole thing. So all right, let's move on to your last one. What is your most favorite deck? I don't know. You didn't order
No,
it?
I'm not gonna say my most favorite deck.
Okay.
I don't know what that is ever. I'm gonna
Really?
go Treebeard.
How many decks did you build of
Oh, it's Calmax.
Yeah.
You're right. It's Calmax. I'm gonna go with Treebeard though.
Yeah, that's a good deck. I like
It's
Treebeard.
way better than I anticipated it to be, because I really enjoyed
It's
Trey
dealing with
Lasara.
Food tokens. What the
Right.
fuck?
It's
really
is.
good.
I just
It's
really
really
souped
good.
it up today too. Wink. It's gonna be fun. But
Oh,
basically,
good for
just because
you.
it's food, it's not really a food deck. It's a life gain deck
Yeah.
that makes creatures, Treebeard bigger. So it's a Voltron deck that gains life, and there's a bunch of, gain life triggers, stuff like that. And I did just add in 3 more extort cards today, because like Blind Obedience, when we played live, was a fucking all-star.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what, that's 3 life. At least with like the gaffer, like you gotta gain 3 life and then you can draw a card at the end of the turn.
You need to tell what this card does.
Oh, you're right. Treebeard, Gracious Host, 2 colorless, green and a white, 05, trample, ward 2, it's a tree folk. And then whenever it ETBs, you get to create 2 food tokens. And then whenever you gain life, put that many 1/1 counters on target halfling or tree folk.
It's ridiculous.
So-
If you get a chance to watch the live when we played this in Discord, we killed this thing like 3 times, and every time it came back and it was like counters all the way back up, counters all the way back up, and it was
Right.
like you're about to kill somebody with commander damage every single time you got it back out there. And
He's a beast.
and Ward, this is what stems the Ward discussion, is what started this whole thing, is because Treebeard was out. I think it was Red Squirrel tried to do something to you and then forgot about the Ward, and then me a turn later did the same thing, and then that's where the Ward episode came in. Then it came in later. But anyways, it has self-protection. It has condoms all over it. It gets big so freaking quick because you're gaining life. That's the point of the deck. You said it's a life gain deck. All you're
Right.
You're going, and it's actually going to feed into my number 1 as well, is gaining life and then having a bonus from the gaining life is always a good thing. And you're gaining life, and Treebeard's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
Every time I've seen it, I don't think it necessarily. I think it won 1 out of the 2 games when we played live stream, but you should have won both of them. I think something happened where it just was unfortunate and you didn't win it. I think that's it.
Right. No, it's fun because they're all fun. I only build fun decks, but it gets
Oh,
big.
good for you.
It's like the perfect deck for when you're a kid. Like you get a huge creature that you get to swing in with.
That's you.
And you're
That's
gaining
you
life,
as a
so you
kid. This
Yeah.
feeds into your
Right?
your big stompy decks when we were kids.
And then I don't have to worry as much about people attacking me because I'm always gaining at least, 3 to 6 life per turn. And it just feels real good. It's simple, it's clean. Like again, I'm not doing anything crazy. It's just adding in life gain, like whenever you gain life, pay this or this happens. And it's okay to have, like, sometimes I'm trying to go like, okay, I need this and that. Like Xavier Sol is a complicated
Yeah.
and this is just simple, clean, and straightforward. It's gain life, put counters on Treebeard, and smash face.
Yep.
And it's fun in that regard because even
It works.
though when
It
we're
works
talking
unless
about
we're
like,
playing Emperor, because then when
Right.
you guys both
Yeah,
play,
I was not saying that. Yeah. But like Treebeard is hard to kill in itself because it's 5 toughness, and then it only gets bigger from there. And it has Ward 2. It has that evasion with trample tacked onto it. It's everything I wish Trelasaro was. Like Trelasaro would get up to 20, like power toughness, and just get chumped. Like that trample is huge on this, because again, like you're saying, it died at least 3 times.
At least.
I'm still attacking with a 9.
and you brought it out,
Whatever.
and it was still the most threatening thing that was out there.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was really, really fun when we did it on stream. It's been really fun when I played it. So that, and again, it's simple, it's clean. And again, this is one of those types of decks that I like having when it comes to I like enchantment, I like artifact, I like life gain.
Yeah.
Because they have very specific cards that don't really go into other decks. So they always will feel fairly Well of Lost Dreams, where like whenever you gain life, you can pay 1 to draw a card for as many of that. Like that's not going to go into many decks. Like I don't have that choice. And so it
But
feels
here it's perfect. Yeah.
yeah, but it fits perfect in there. Like I like those kind of decks where it's just like, you know what, these cards really aren't going to go into any other of my decks. I'm not going to have to make those choices. And so this deck will always feel different than those.
Yep.
And so life gain, again, artifacts can get meldy. Like there's a lot of different types of artifact decks out there. And that's why I just like to have like one. Right now mine is a Layla. I had a Layla and Oscar. Different colors, different things going on. And again, always having an enchantment deck. I can guess what your number 1 is. No, you say it.
All right. It is Will. It is Will. Oh shit. I
Yeah.
gotta do Scion. Hang on. Scion. Get over there. Will, Scion of Peace. It is a life gain, like you just mentioned right there. So it is 1 white, 1 blue, 1 colorless for a human wizard. Vigilance, 2/4. You can tap it. Spells you cast this turn that are white and or blue cost X less to cast, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Activate this ability only as a sorcery. It's my favorite, in almost repeating everything you just said there. It's nice, gaining life, and then the gaining life part, like it makes it so that you can be the target and still survive it, because the whole point of the deck, everything's gaining life. So I can be almost the arch enemy from the start of the game and still have a fighting chance, where not a lot of decks, if you're the arch enemy right off the bat, like you're probably going to die. 3 against 1. Not saying this deck is going to always win against 3 against 1, but you at least have a chance when you have a life gain deck. This one, it's brutal. Like the things that I've done. And I think this is the deck I've played the most goldfishing than any other deck. I've tested it, kept testing it than any other deck, just trying to make sure that I got everything right. And then when I brought it out in the wild, it's done a lot. I mean, it's based off of the gaining life, obviously, but it's doubling the triggers. It's creating X. I mean, you were in the one game where I created, I think it was like 44 fours or something like that. And then because I was able to cast that, I was able to also cast everything phases out. So I phased everything out, and I had so much life that I didn't care that anybody went after me. I think I left like 5 guys to block from afterwards, and then on my turn I just wiped everybody else. And it's a very good deck. It is probably if you did a GPT scale when we were doing that, I think this one was at an 8 to a 9. So it's very powerful.
9.
Yeah,
It's
both of our Rowan and Will are both 9 for scales.
And I would say like Will has done better than Rowan, but Rowan's a really, really good card. I'm not talking about Rowan, but I'm going to.
You mean Rowan?
The cost, but it's in a general sense, the cost reduction is ridiculous.
Yes.
Because you're like those X spells or just like those huge spells become super castable at a spot that they're not supposed to be.
Right.
You're not supposed to be able to cast the make 40 tokens that easy on turn 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. And again, Will I think does a better job because
I would say Rowan's is unique though, because it's you're hurting yourself, but you have enough life gain in that deck that it does crazy shit.
Right.
But anyways, I'll let you keep going with what you're saying.
No, and I think that's the difference there is that Rowan still needs life gain. And so I have to put that in to whereas Will
It's just all life.
just does it.
Yeah.
Like Rowan has to fit something else in there or she's going to kill herself.
Mm-hmm.
Along with she doesn't block. She's a 4/2 menace. He's a 2/4 vigilance.
Right.
So even though you're not going to attack, you can still do that and tap it and get cost reductions during your combat.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I can't.
Well,
I can't block with her being a 4/2.
Not during combat because everything's sorcery. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, only as a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So not as it's a bad card now.
Terrible. I take everything back I just said.
Yeah. Rowan's way better.
No, Rowan does the same thing. It's at sorcery speed as well. Don't even give me that shit. No, but they're both ridiculous. They're both ridiculous commander. All these, I mean, if you haven't looked at any of the Eldraine stuff, like the cost reduction stuff is fantastic, and specifically these two are crazy. Like we did this as a bit. Because it was on our fave 5s, and I was like, oh dude, you build that one, I'll build this one, and we're like, all right, let's do this, and then it ends up being probably my most powerful deck I've ever built.
Because and again, even though we're saying like you made 40 tokens or whatever, that's not even the crazy part. And Rowan does this part because you were talking tokens, and so I purposely avoided making a bunch of tokens because black and red can do that.
Right.
But the crazy part is where you're like, all right, I'm gonna go gain a bunch of life just for because life gain is relatively cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You can like pay 2 to gain 8 life in white. And then you draw 8 cards, and then you cast those 8 cards. As long as you have 6 mana open, you know what I mean? Because you could just go like
tap 2, the X. It's a lot of X spells, which we kind of both did. There's a lot of X stuff where it's like, well, the big thing was it Beacon of whatever, or gain double your life.
Oh,
And
that's bonkers.
yeah, I think it's
bonkers.
for 6, but it's 1 white and like 5, and so it's like if you get a gain life with something else, you're casting that for 1. And I do have untap abilities, so I'll untap Will, and then I just gain 50 life or whatever, and now I just cast 50 of the whatevers. Like it was just it happens. It doesn't happen the same way. It's always different, but it's always life gain. Like you're saying, the reduction makes it insane, especially for those X spells. And I was playing against your Rowan deck against, I think it might have.
Mark was playing it.
Mark was playing it.
Yep.
And it was just crazy. It was crazy what that was doing. I was just like, yep, I'm not going to win this battle. Like, it was just us two, but we both had, we talked about that on the cast before, but it was the, every time any player loses life, we gain life. And so it was number 2 in Ibukaki. And it was just, it was the second time I said it, but after they were dead, I was like, I have a very small chance of winning this game. Rowan is going to wipe the floor with me. And of course it did. They're both.
So that, again, if you're struggling with Will and Rowan, my suggestion is add in more crazy ass draw. Like, the more cards you see, the more you'll play, and the more that it's going to go crazy.
Are you saying if you're struggling, like, that is your deck?
If you're like, Will and Rowan ain't shit, like, it's okay. Like, just add more drawing, and you're going to cast more spells, and you're going to do ridiculous ass shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I think I have something like 25, 30 cards in Rowan that just gain card advantage. Like, half the decks always land, and then more than half of that in Rowan is see more cards. And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. These were home runs right here. So all right. So that was
too good. We should have. We've had this suggestion.
We went an hour and a half. Okay, so we're gonna We're gonna do an on-air production meeting really quick right here.
No.
The reason why I have to pee. So this might be our pee spot.
This is the break.
This is gonna be because How
about we do tournament and then break spot? Can we do tournament and break spot? Can you hold it?
We can do tournament. We can do tournament.
Their shooter.
All right. And then I'll go pee.
Hitter.
And then that'll be our break spot for 305. We'll do Stump the Smith Savant in 305, which that doesn't matter. So people
305 is going to be fucking long.
Yeah. This is an hour and a half. Like, I know we did have a few of those that were 2-hour-long episodes for a while.
A few.
That was when the Malorts were like.
All right, let's tournament results.
Okay, hang on. And I got to hit this. Where is it? One more. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
noises.
Welcome to the main event.
All right, so we have the sword fight tournament. This was the Elite 8. We had Sword of Feast of Famine going against Sword of, I think it was Sinew and Steel. That is the number 1 going against the number 8 matchup. Where do you think that shook out, Lowry?
Feast and Famine should have crushed again.
This was the biggest blow up by far. 97% for Feast
That's
and
a
Famine.
bigger blowout than against the Calibur sword.
It is.
That's stupid. I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah. Then we move on to the other side of the bracket. We have Sword of the Animus going against what do we have? Light and Shadow. Sword of Light and Shadow. Where do you think this one shook out, Lowry?
Which one are we doing? Sorry.
Animus against Light and Shadow.
Over there. Oh, Animus probably crushed on this one too.
It didn't
Unfortunately.
crush. It didn't crush, but it did win 74% of the votes. So that one moves on.
Wow.
Animus.
All right. So I thought that had a chance to beat Feast and Famine. I don't anymore.
But now we move on to the lower part. So number 3 overall, Hearth and Home. Your pick against Forge and Frontier. The number 6 pick.
Also my pick.
Oh, it was double yours, was it? No, I'm even. You're odd. So that was mine. You're you're 3. So
I'm
you're
odd,
Hearth and
even?
Home, and I am even. So I'm Forge and Frontier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see it. So you're the proliferation one. Unfortunately, I think you won. I think it's close. I think that's the closest one.
You're wrong. It was
Okay.
not the closest one. Hearth and Home wins at 79%.
Oh, we're at. Sorry.
Oh, you went the other
Against-
side. You went over on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
yeah.
I did.
Okay,
All right.
sorry. Hearth and Home
So-
wins. So we're actually gonna get a battle of staple verses that we had from over
Oh, you're right.
Animus against Hearth and Home, which
Woo.
no spoilers, but Animus won then. But that was because Hearth and Home was new. Like that, I think
Yeah,
that's
it was like within a month of being released.
because I think I had Hearth and Home then, and you had Animus, and I think you. I think so.
I don't know.
Check the tapes. Check the tapes. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. People
But-
just assume to vote against me.
That is incorrect.
I already takes the bad cards.
All right, so then we move to the other side of the bracket. The last matchup there, it is Truth and Justice going against Fire and Ice. Where do you
I think this is the closest one.
this is the closest?
I
one.
still think Truth and Justice wins.
So number 4 against number 5.
I think the proliferation wins.
63% goes to Fire and Ice.
What?
Yes. So
What?
you have you are 3 out of the 4 final 4. You have
wow.
Sword of Feast and Famine going against Sword of Fire and Ice for the first matchup. And then we have the battle of the let's get some lands, let's get some ramp. Sword
true.
of Animus and Sword of Hearth and Home. This was a staple versus. Let's see if that changes. I mean, we had this go off, over a year ago, and Animus won, but I think Hearth and Home it has enough legs.
It's up there.
Enough time at this point. So that is the final 4 matchup. Okay, so
Right.
really
That's
quick
a
before I
good.
get to
That's
this.
a good finals. This might be the best finals we've had.
Where do you think this match
Cleanest.
If you had to guess, what do you think won on your side of the bracket? Feast and Famine against Fire and Ice. Which one do you think wins out of those two?
So I think it's a tie, and they both move on to the finals.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
And then my other sword beats the Animist one, and then it's a 3-way sausage Lowry fest in the middle.
Sounds like the worst kind of fest I want
And
to be a part of.
I just win. It doesn't matter. That's 3 weens.
Okay. Feast and Famine or Fire
for
and
real.
Ice? Which one?
Feast and Famine. Feast and
Yeah,
Famine.
I
I think I picked it number 1 overall. I'm not going to change my mind at this point. It's such a good card.
Okay, other side of the bracket. I agree with you on Feast and Famine. I think Feast and Famine wins that one.
I think
Let me put it this way.
that's going to be a really good one. I don't know.
Which one has a better chance of beating Feast and Famine?
Mine. Hearth and Home.
You're not biased at all.
No, I guess here's the thing is like the only thing I like Sword of the Animist. Wait, and I'm just going like, where is this better? So if we have like Ishin's like, or the red green version of like attack triggers double. Like that makes Animus really good. Or if you have like multiple attacks in a turn, that makes Animus really good.
It's also very low with the equip cost, and it doesn't need to hit just on attack.
They both have the same equip cost. It's just
it's 2.
It costs 1 less.
One
to come
less.
out
That's what I
than the
meant. Yeah,
swords.
1 less.
Yeah.
But then it also, like I said, it doesn't have to hit if you're.
It's that attack trigger versus damage trigger, because again, like extra attacks are still good for all the swords, because if you're getting in, you're getting in. Like and the protection's really nice. I don't know how much the mana reduction on just coming out matters. I think it's going to be a really, really good match, and I think Hearth and Home has a better chance against Feast and Famine, but I think that's going to be really close. It's
I think
it's
gonna be
literally
very
a 51-49 to me.
That one's a toss up. I think Animus won years ago, or not years ago, over a year ago, because it has longevity. I think Hearth and Home has been a part of Commander now for over a year and a half, 2 years. It was MH2.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're coming up on a year.
Oh,
and a half.
MH1. It's been 3 issues.
Is it MH1? All right. Yeah. So I think this one has. No, it's MH2. I'm looking down at it. Sorry, I pulled it. It's MH2. Modern Horizons 2. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure. Modern Horizons. What's this one? Yep, Modern Horizons 2. Just so we're clear with it. Yeah, it's Modern Horizons 2 is when this one was in. Because then it had the full art. Let me just pull that up really quick just so you can see it. I'm pulling up Scryfall. So you had it came out with this with the full art, and that's when they did it with MH2.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, you're right.
So I think now it has some breathing room with it all. Not Stump. We're not on Stump. Adam's been drinking.
We're not.
I think it has more breathing room now, so I think it's been played enough that it has a better chance of beating Animus. I know Animus, it didn't blow it out when we did Staple Versus, but it did win with like in the 60s percentage wise. Yeah. So I think this one, I think you're right with it's going to be a toss up. The one that I think has the best chance to beat Fire and Ice, Feast and Famine is I probably do think Hearth and Home probably does. So the one that's going to probably have a better chance to take it out is that one. So we'll see. Voting will be up on YouTube for 2 weeks. With that being said, I need to piss. We're going to start episode 305. We're not even stopping. So, Lowry, you just got to tap dance. Do you want me to put up something? You want to talk about the brackets? You want to talk about how awesome your picks were? What do you want me to put up while I'm going pee really quick?
You can go.
All right.
Now it feels like, all right. So, you know what? I could probably just get into tags, right? Oh, hey, it's the Commander Smiths. This is going to be the break in what's going on. Adam Smith, Laura Smith, 305. Okay, so today you're listening. How about the ending to that game, Rock Lobsters? What I miss? I don't know. I don't even. Rock Lobsters? Are we talking about the uncards? No. All right. I was just gonna do tags. Everybody's heard about the bird. Yeah, birds are the word. Were these all coming later? What's going on? You guys are filling time now? Am I just... How about you write stuff in the comments and I will just read it? We could just do that. As long... I will edit it, but I'll read it. If needed, necessary, or whatever. Also... I have not been keeping track about how much Malort we've had. Are we at 2 or 3 shots right now? That's the question.
Oh, shit. Josh just said the Seahawks beat the Eagles.
Oh, is that what happened? Holy shit. Really?
That's kind of crazy.
Well,
2 game. Do you need to go pee? Is this your pee break too, or are you good?
I probably could, but I mean, I could do it during tags too.
We're not doing tags again. I'm not going to the whole...
Absolutely doing tags.
I'm not doing tags again. We're just starting this episode. This is episode 305.
I already did all that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we only had 2 shots. I know. We're going to start this right up. Josh, this is when it gets sloppy, buddy. This is when it gets sloppy because I am...
Josh is just saying we had 1. Walker was 2 points away from kicking me out of fantasy. Who's Walker?
Texas Ranger.
Hold on. Did you ever see... Okay, number 1. Conan shows are genius. I haven't really watched them consistently since college, but
Hey, Sal.
what's up? There was a bit that he had when he was on when he had a TV show where
Who are we talking about again?
Conan O'Brien
Oh, Conan. I
and
love
Walker
Conan.
Texas Ranger. This is where it's all coming
Okay.
together.
What are you doing with those
So
fingers
he had
there?
a lever. No, I think this is when he was on TBS, and there was rights to stuff, and so there was a random Texas Walker Ranger line generator that Conan O'Brien had a huge lever.
I like that you mixed his name all
Right.
what his name is. You moved the words all around and
You would like me drunk then, because that's
I do
what's
like-
happening. Wink. So he would pull. He would run into
Yes, I
whatever
love this bit.
talking wall that he would do, and then stop and look at the camera and smile and go,
yeah,
grab the lever.
yeah, and just pull it. Conan's
And
my
then
favorite. I fucking
it's-
love
I don't-
Conan.
I don't know how often it happened, but God, it was so good. It was
Dude.
Haley Joel Osment as a kid on the show. Did you see this at all?
That one? No.
Yeah. Okay. So
No,
it was.
maybe.
God, it was so fucking funny. So it was. You know who Haley Joel
Yeah,
Osment is?
yeah, Sixth Sense.
Kid from Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
And so he's on the show, and it's just him looking up at the two main characters, going, "Walker told me I have cancer," and that's it.
I
And
do
you're
remember that.
and
I
you
do
cut to
remember
Conan,
that,
he's
yeah.
like, "Oh my god," just sad. We need another one. It's God. Conan's a fucking genius. I tell him the other things. What other things?
Lowry, though, speaking of, do you listen to Conan's podcast?
No, I don't. I
Oh
don't
my
listen
God!
to anybody's podcast.
Fucking
I don't-
listen to that shit, dude.
I don't
It's-
listen to my podcast. Our
it's-
podcast.
Oh,
I'm the Commander
you're
Smith.
the Commander Smith. Your podcast. I'm
That's
sorry.
a 3-year-old joke, by the way. That's-
No, if you get a chance, Conan Needs a Friend is fantastic. Like,
Kirsten enjoys it as well.
I keep telling Cindy, I'm like, you have to watch or listen to this because Conan, you think Conan it puts
Right.
on a bit for his shows, that's who
I mean,
he
he
is.
kinda does.
I
But
mean,
it's who he is.
but it's who he is. It's so fantastic, and I'm like, I wish I could be a 100th as witty as he is. Like that, I
Right.
wish that because
Right.
he just
And I'm
boom, boom,
and
boom,
from what
boom,
I've
boom.
been told, I'm the witty one on this podcast.
Who
I know
told
you don't
this?
remember that comment, but what you don't remember the comment that it was. I don't know if it was a dig or just
It all
statement.
seems like a
Sure.
dig.
no. Jeremy sat down one time. We were talking about the cast. It was back when they listened, and I think it was after the story of you shitting in a pine tree. Where it was really funny.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't listen
That's
to that
a 3-year-old
episode,
joke at this point.
Cole's
But
talking about the cabin here. I love
think
this joke.
we were all discussing it was a really funny story. It was really enjoyable, and I don't know why the context came up, but Jeremy was like, "No, Adam, you're the funny one. I'm the witty one." And so that's and I agree. He was fully accurate. I just didn't know if I was supposed to be offended or not. That's
No, Cole's making a joke here. He said, No, Lowry, tell him the other thing. It's from when you when you were ham boned at the cabin with guys.
Right.
Weekend. No.
right.
Adam,
Oh my god.
Cole, tell him about this. Tell him about this.
It was a good idea.
It
I
was-
hope you remember those ideas because at this
I
point
don't.
it's
Because
gone.
It was
it's
fantastic. of
gone.
How every time Cole tried to talk, you're like, oh, and we have
Don't
an answer
type.
for
You
that.
don't have to type it in. This. Welcome to the Commander Smiths. This is the Commander Smiths, and you just live stream on YouTube, or is this somewhere else? No, yeah. So you can go to any auditory podcast place, and you can pull us up. We're on Apple, right?
Well, no, he's talking about live stream. You can't see us
No, do you
anywhere
live
else.
stream on YouTube, or is it somewhere else? Like it's as in like this podcast, right? Or
Yeah, this is
Wait,
only on
the
YouTube.
only place we live stream is YouTube.
Use-
Can we live stream multiple places? What I say?
use tube. It's multiple people.
I'm attempting now.
It's YouTube. Baba da boopy.
Use guys. Sorry.
Oh shit, we have a lot
Thank
to
God
do
there's
here.
only like 4 Italian people in Minnesota, or else I'd be in trouble.
Oh, we need to get to Stump the Smith Savant here.
Just a bunch of Irish and German, Polish around here.
It is
The only
live
live stream is you do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, this is
All right.
episode. At this point, you guys watching. Oh my everything.
Do you want to do tags? I can go pee.
No, I'm not tagging. But do you need to go
But
pee?
I can go pee.
Yeah, go pee.
I'm not cutting any of this out.
I know. Don't. Well, I mean, you kind of have to because we're splitting the episode.
All right. Tell Sal where to donate. You can go to Salvation Army. There is the Red Cross.
Get out of here. You're lame sauce.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. Did you
I
just fall? You walked with your headphones? That would have been awesome if he had like a hot mic where he walked to the bathroom if we didn't had the wireless jacks or mics. God, look at my video is delayed. Anyways, yes. Donating, actually you can check the link. The link should have, if you're trying to donate live, it has the donation stuff for the shots and all that stuff. Speaking of, we're going to have to do that pretty soon. But it's on the YouTube channel. So whatever you're watching right now, you can check that link out. So PayPal info, you can donate there. Yes. He said, send Renshaw your... No, don't listen to Renshaw. It's the devil on your shoulder. Mm-mm. So just so you know, Sal, I know you jumped in late. Josh D bought us 4 shots of Malort. So we have taken 2 so far. We have to take 2 more. This is kind of you're watching this live, but this is actually technically episode 305. We started with 304. This is 305. We're going to do Stump the Smith Savant here in a second when Lowry gets back. And then we have our favorite sets of the year, which mine is very obvious. Favorite Secret Lairs of the year. And then we will go through our fave 5 cards of the year. It won't be as long, hopefully, as the first part where we were talking about our commanders. We're just going to talk about our fave 5s. And we have 2 shots to take there. I am 4 beers deep. Up. Let me take that back. 5 beers deep. So this is going to be quite interesting. The intros and outros that we have to cut after this is going to be very, very sloppy. I don't know if it's because I've been going, we've been going for almost 2 hours that my audio, the camera, if you see this, look at it. I'll put a finger up. Ready? 1. It's about a half a second delayed. I don't like this. I feel like a bad dubbed movie at this point. Do you notice?
Can you speak in subtitles? Subtitles.
Your insults did not work very well there.
All right.
Like my
I have no idea how I'm going to edit this.
Yeah. Well, that part's going to be easy. I just explained what we're going to be doing.
Is it?
What we're going to be doing here.
In years.
Sal wanted to buy us more shots, and I said we already have our 4 shots that are coming in. If you want to,
if we had 3, I might have been able to been talked into a 5th.
But Sal, if you wanted to donate, we're not saying you can't. What happens is if you do it now, Lowry will mark it down. So then when we get back after the new year, we'll have shots that are owed at that point. I don't know. Are you drinking?
That is not something that we've talked about.
No, I mean what you've done before, like when you mark it down.
No, I know, but I'm not going to. I'm not like going to be drinking consistently yet.
God, he has a problem. Lowry has a problem. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get to this.
I'm just saying.
No, we got to get to this. We got to keep moving on this. Let's hit the buttons. Let's get there. Let's do our games. We haven't done this for a little bit.
Right.
Where is it? Here we go.
Oh, we did this last week.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant.
Like real time, we did this last week. Magic time. It was a week ago.
All right, if you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes, he'll hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no, he'll hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He gets up to 5 wrong guesses before he's considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. If he can get everything about the card but can't get what the card name is, he'll get the initials of the clue. The card has to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. You can submit those by either, if you're a part of the Discord, shooting me a message directly, or you can shoot us an email at commandersmiths@gmail.com. Right now, we are on week number 2 of... what is this? This is number 26. So this is round 26. Lowry is 75 and 26 overall. Oh, you want a Malort right now? We can do a Malort right now. The winner right now, if we get one more week, we will add a card to the ante every 3 weeks. But right now, Heroic Intervention, the Jurassic Park one of the Proxy foil, is up for grabs. And like I mentioned before, Josh Stover is our stumper for this week. Lowry wants to take a brain juice shot at this point. It will be our 3rd shot from Josh D. Not the same as Josh Stover. Josh donated on the cast in 304, which is, if you guys are watching live, it happened earlier tonight. All right, Lowry, let's take this shot, and then I can read the flavor text. And I have eliminated the chat. Let's see if the chat can beat Lowry to the punch. Cheers. Thank you, Josh. This
Cheers.
Sucks.
Thank you. It's terrible that you interact with us. I am slurring. All right.
Okay. Ugh. Ugh.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be a rough day tomorrow. Very, very.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Vrenshai said he's ready to kick your ass, Lowry. Here we go. Let me pull up the flavor text so everybody can see this. The thing I once imagined.
What the shit is this?
The thing I once imagined would be my greatest achievements were only the first steps towards a future I can begin to fathom. Jace Bellerin.
Only begin to fathom.
The things I once imagined would be my greatest achievements were only the first steps toward a future I can only begin to fathom. Jace Bellerin.
Like what? All right, probably from washing my hands after peeing because I'm a gentleman.
Or it's piss on your hands.
No, or it's piss because I'm a drunken.
Lick it.
No. I know it's not pee because my pee
Prove
smells,
it.
So
Prove it. Lick it.
I gotta smell. I know.
Prove it.
Does your pee not smell like uric acid?
Lick
Then
it.
you're not a true gouter.
A true gouter. Us gouts.
Shh, don't do that. We
Well,
don't need that.
I was doing a fist bump.
Calm
not
down.
trying to do a Hail Hitler thing. I was trying to do a fist bump.
We have never fist bumped over gout. I'm just stating that for the
It started today.
YouTubes. All right. Hey, I have an initial guess, and I know it's very wrong. So let's go with. Is this a? I'd like to have at least one other color in there. Is this a non-permanent spell?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
So it's permanent. I'll take a first clue, please.
This one might not help a lot, but we'll see here. The art features Jace walking among what looks like clouds. The art features Jace walking among what looks like clouds.
Omniscience.
Hello, boobies.
You got it! Oh, shit. I gave that a long shit! Damn it, what gave it away? That was really fucking quick. All these fucking clues I had to fucking do. I had to spend time on this shit. I had to make this all mysterious because I knew it was an easier card for you to fucking figure out. How the
Yeah.
hell did you get omniscience off of that? How?
I don't know.
Just me with the art? How did the art give it away? Like, really?
I'm drinking. What do you want? What do you want?
You have your brain juice.
I got my brain juice. All right, go with
Josh.
type in ingenuity. That was gonna be like my first guess. I don't know.
I don't even know how to spell that.
In INGEN, then just hit the return.
IN.
And it should
It's
be
IN. You said IN.
IN engine. I go down. I want to say. Oh, there. Jace's ingenuity was the initial one. Off to the right. Yeah, right there. That was what instantly came into my head. He Google searched the flavor.
I like that.
That is what I
like
initially was thinking, and
I dig that. Yeah,
I'm
seriously.
sorry.
Let me break down the Savant
What?
part. How did you fucking? All right, Sal. Drinks for later.
15?
All right, so 15. So that is a shot for next.
maybe we take that tonight. Huh.
Oh, you're gonna kill me, dude. I'm gonna
No,
die.
we just got to push this on to midnight at this point.
Well, it's gonna happen. It's 11. We're at 2 hours.
I've drank like 4 times in the last 2 months. Let me.
You're gonna be
I don't know about
Hambo.
let me, but all right. I don't know. I remember clouds in it. I didn't even know it was Jace. I just
I didn't
you
either
told me it
until
was-
I saw that it was Jace. Like
Right.
in the quote, I was like, well, I guess that's Jace right there. Oh, it makes sense. It looks like Jace. So I was.
and it's the planeswalker symbol there.
Where?
Did you know that?
Where? Oh,
When
it is.
he's walking up.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I did not notice that. Good thing I
I see
knew
that.
that and didn't give that away
Yeah, so that's like a fermented planeswalker symbol that
before we actually had the
fermented.
planeswalker fermented.
and
or
so it
was
looks
that
like a
what-
lot of paths and stuff
fermented?
like that. I don't know.
Thanks, Sal.
But
Thank you
you
for donating,
basically, I don't
buddy.
know. It shouldn't
No,
have
my-
happened.
my next
I
clues.
apologize.
Let me give you my
Would you like to
clues.
read your other clues?
The
and then I'll
text
guess
features
again?
free spells. Like that's so good. I
Dream
scribbled
halls.
out so much. See the scribbles? That's all trying to do clue number 2. This card is in
All right.
44,000 EDH rec decks. First
Enough.
printed in Magic 2013 and first most seen in Joda. So Joda, the 5-color Joda.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You're already cheating shit out.
Yeah. But you cheated more.
I guess just having you cheat that out and then you don't have to cheat anymore.
Yeah.
All right, cheaters.
Good job.
You could a clue could have been number 2 counterspelled my last time I tried to cast omniscience.
See, I don't even know you have this in a deck. I tried to
I
put it.
had.
I had tried to put it in Will and I took it out.
You didn't need it.
I know, because Will's
It's
so damn
basically
good.
free spells, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
I had in my
good
Kenrith
for
like
you.
landfall deck. It shouldn't have been there. Yeah. Well, this episode's gonna be a lot shorter than you thought, huh?
No, it's not. We're at 2 hours, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
there's like a 20-minute piss break in there.
Yeah. Josh, you can send a signed. No, I'm just kidding. How many signs? You can send if you want. If you want to make the board, buddy, you can sign a land just with the name of it on there. 2 of them if you can, because we can put them on both of our boards and
Do a blue
one remembered there. All right, so now we are done with Stump the Smith Savant. Oh, fuck, here we go. We still got a lot of stuff to do. That was our 3rd shot, right? We took our 3rd.
Let's do. Yeah, we got 3 shots at this
All right.
point. 1, 2, 3.
What do you want to do
4,
first?
5.
Favorite set, favorite Secret Lair, or Fave 5 cards?
Let's do set.
All right, we can get through this pretty quick.
Yeah, let's do those 2, and then we can
I don't have a visual for this.
just go to like Card Kingdom. Not sponsored.
I guess we can do that.
You should sponsor us, Card Kingdom.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite set of the year?
Oh well, are we doing this because we know what yours is?
Yes.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yours is Great Henge. Yours is yours is basically your Rome. If you get that.
My
saying-
Rome.
Yeah. So there's like a TikTok meme of women going up to guys, videoing them, and going,
Oh God, I
"How
fucking
often
hate that.
do you think about Rome?"
They did that
And
with
people are
SNL.
like,
Cindy texted me that like at her work was just like, "Do you think about the Roman Empire?" And I'm like, I've never fucking thought of that. And then within 2 weeks, SNL did a skit on like guys thinking about the Romans. Like that doesn't happen. Like
There's
guys,
some guys that definitely think like that, though.
well then they're sorry if you guys are listeners, but stop.
They're nerds. They're
Knock it
nerds.
off.
That's-
You should be daydreaming about the Magic Empire. That's
also true.
that's what it should be. All right, so
Right.
yes, I get what you're saying.
But yours
What
is
yours? Stop
that.
it!
Okay, mine is because yours is definitely
Stop it! Don't spoil her great henge,
Okay.
buddy.
okay. All right, mine is gonna be March of the Machines.
Lame. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. All right, let's do A to Z.
That's just rude to start off with.
Let's get those M's in there. Get the M's. March of the Machine. It's actually only one machine, Lowry. March of the Machine. Get it right.
Offended as heck. Oh, cool.
You better
All right,
be.
so-
Don't stop daydreaming about fucking the Roman Empire.
Why? Nobody wants to fuck the Roman Empire. What is your deal?
Why is this your fantastical?
Can we talk about the Roman Empire here for a second? Okay. Aqueducts, life changing. They had
Stop it.
roads that lasted
Stop it.
forever. They
Stop
had
it.
self-healing concrete. They were one of the first ones in at least European that would
All right.
did
You
like
are not-
sanitary
Get outta
plumbing,
here.
like okay, fine. It's just impressive, all right.
Why do you like March of the Machine?
All right. The number one reason, and I know it's not going to be for everybody, but they brought together a lot of legends from different planes and put them on the same card. And so, like, Shalai and Halar, these are the three that I built. But you have, like, Shalai and Halar, St. Traft and Rim. You have Zamone and Dinah. I just really enjoyed seeing them combining legends to have different things going on. And again, I built three decks from that set. I have taken Shalai and Halar apart.
Oh, good.
We
for
did not have
you.
time to talk about why I did not like some of the decks that I built this year, and that's okay. Secondarily, I really like the new Phyrexia, like the Praetor bits, and then having them flip into sagas and
Yeah,
then
I
flip
dig
back
that a
into
lot.
creatures. I really enjoyed that part. I like where they
I like that they
explored
were-
with like
They were their original name, like just Elish Norn.
just Elixnorn.
Yeah, I love that it
I
was
like that
just
part.
their name. You know.
They don't feel overcosted. They feel really like in the ballpark of playable.
All of
and
them
not
pretty much playable.
aggressive.
Yep.
Right. I don't know if I play with any of them other than Urabrask.
I do have Jin Gataxius in Oh, I think it is in Tom Bombadil because I'm casting all non-creature spells, so that one works out pretty well
That
for
makes
me.
sense, yeah. And so but they're all really, really close, and I like that idea. There's tribute to the World Tree, the new Ozolith. I really like that the battlefields were like a
I was
new
about to
card
ask you,
type.
did you like the battlefield
Yeah.
stuff?
It's fun to experiment. You know, there's only so many decks that you can build in between then and now, and where you're putting them into.
Battlefields
I've-
worked out really well with the will deck, so I dig that the battlefield there. That one I think I gave you the battlefield each time I got it.
It doesn't. Yeah, thanks. just wreck me. But it's it was a fun conclusion to a story of the Praetors and Phyrexia conclusion, quote unquote. So it was nice. It was a nice reset, basically, because there's March of the Machines Aftermath that kind of got rid of a lot of the Planeswalkers as well. But like story wise, it was really good. There's a lot of very playable cards. Like I was saying, I just I
Yeah,
think
no,
the
I-
main
I-
thing was combining legends. I thought that was a really,
that was really
good
cool.
idea.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
adding different legendary creatures that we know and love and whatever. Like it
Yeah.
turns them into 2 different creatures. Like, yeah.
I could have easily just kept on building from that set.
Yep.
If time allowed and everything in that regard. So that was probably my favorite. I really liked Dominaria United last year. We didn't do this specific bit, but I think I liked that block,
Right.
if we can call it a block. And so I really enjoyed the conclusion. I wish that they were doing more of like the stories.
The
for
stories
it.
make it really fun. Like that's what
Yeah.
War of the Spark was fun because you kind of ended the Nicobolas stuff. Like this was fun because we kept getting the Praetors and the sets leading up to it. You know, we got the Phyrexian whatever, and then you have the kind of like the conclusion of it. Like I like
Right.
having a story within. Like it doesn't matter to me, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just adds a little bit of
Right.
spice. That little bit
Well,
of
and so like in comparison, like I think this ending is so much better than like the ending of the Eldrazi. The Eldrazi just felt like the same thing. Nothing really consequential happened. They were able to leyline Urabrask and not Urabrask, Ulamog and the other one out of there, and then
Emrakul?
Emrakul got its own story. But Emrakul got his her thing in the Innistrad storyline run after that. But it's just kind of like it didn't feel like anything really happened. I really liked, I think Aftermath helped, being it was a small set, but also just like kind of wrapped it up
Yeah.
and made a change. Like it was a sacrifice. So you got rid of a lot of planeswalkers. Yes. Okay. So I think Sal and I are on kind of the same page. I wish it was over 2 sets. Story reasons. 1 set made the story feel so fast. I do agree with that aspect. But I don't know if 2 would go there either, because the battlefields kind of told a lot of the stories. So where are you going to tell the stories? You could probably do this over 5 sets, like 1 for each invasion of the Praetor going here and there and with hither.
Yeah, but they can't spread
And
that
that's
out
kind of what they were doing
that much.
anyway. Right. You can't do it that much because it's a slow storytell. So I like that I'm fine with how they did it with the small set of Aftermath afterwards, kind of saying the aftermath of what happened. So like I think it was a fine compromise. And I do kind of include Aftermath in with March of the Machines because it
Yeah.
is March of the Machines Aftermath.
Yeah.
So but like story-wise, I really liked what happened. I really liked the combination of your legends from each plane that they were visiting. I enjoyed the battlefields. I enjoyed the Praetors getting new cards with sagas. There are a ton of every set has a bunch of cards. And so those 3 things set this set beyond what others do.
Yeah. Oh shit! You're about to get a long message here from Sal.
Like the battle began. Oh, we're getting to the story stuff. That's strong. So are you going to tell us why you enjoy Doctor Who so much?
Yeah, Doctor Who ended up being my number 1 set of this year. It was so fantastic because of the Doctors and the Who's, like from
Are we talking about
Whoville.
Dr. Dre? Bum, 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 bum.
All right, fucking A. Yes, it is Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
It is.
What? Are you surprised?
No.
Wait till you see my top 10 or Fave 5 list. Lord of the Rings, yes, that was my favorite. It is the first set that I've ever tried to. I am foiling out. I've tried to get every single card. I got every single card Give me that button. From the original drop. Give me it.
Oh, good for
Thank
you.
Then we got the holiday release. So now I'm trying to go for that. I've never tried to fill out sets. I have separate binders for those. Those are in my safe and all that. I got those pictures all up on the wall. Everything you see framed there is the Lord of the Rings, the scenes from the original one when we did it in the summer spring there. Not only was it a great, like, it's Lord of the Rings, and I fucking love Lord of the Rings. It was a great set. There were so many good cards out of that.
Yeah.
You got so many commanders, like legendary creatures. We got, rares, mythics, uncommons, which we've been seeing. But there was
here's a question: do you feel like the second best card should be Orcish Bowmasters?
What do you mean second?
Like,
best
it just
card?
feels, as a character, it feels like, why is this?
It's not on my list for my Fave 5, but I'll tell you.
I understand it's not on mine either.
There
but
are
I get
3 Lord of the Rings things on my Fave 5.
I think I just
Fave 6. Fave 6.
I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
We know where that is.
No, you don't.
What? What do you
You
mean?
absolutely. You could not guess what my Lord of the Rings favorite card is.
No, I said I have Fave 6. I said I have 3 in my Fave 6.
Oh. All
right. Secret Lair.
6?
No, it does not include the Secret Lair. The Secret Lair.
No,
is,
that we'll do that
separate-
later. That's
it's a separate
obviously
separate one.
Adam's favorite Secret Lair.
It's the best. It's the best one of all time. No, it just the thing is I've never saved so many cards from a set. Not because I love it. Like I do love it, but there's so many good cards in that set that are spec worthy. Like this is an IP that is not going to be used again. We've talked about it on the Discord. So if you're not a part of the Discord,
I mean, they told the story here, right?
Yeah. They're done.
Like,
they're done after this.
Unless you want to go back and because the Lord of the Rings is a bit of a different story compared to like the Hobbit and the Similarium.
What was that?
But like Similarium.
Oh,
it's
the book. Yeah, that's a terrible.
Yeah,
book.
that one.
Yeah,
yeah. It's not terrible. It's not a.
It just. It's just
being offensive.
Well, I tried, and I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, and I couldn't bear it. There's son of blah 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 and someone blah 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 and son of blah. You can only hear that so many times before it's just like I don't know what the fuck is happening.
That's why I stopped reading the Bible. So that's.
The bonus card was crap, Sal. The bonus card was crap. Don't worry about the Secret Lair. I don't remember. It was just crap. It was like worm tongue.
They didn't have a crap.
It was
card.
worm tongue.
Oh,
it was a bad.
That's so bad.
Yeah, it was a bad fucking.
Wow, it was. All right.
I'm going off my head. Worm tongue was in there, and it's terrible. It's the worst drop. But guess what? Those are the most expensive drops because no one fucking bought them. We'll get to Secret Layers in a little bit here. We're 2 hours and 17 minutes into this. Oh, it's all right.
Look, I think they did a great job with the story.
It was
in one set telling so much. I think they did. It was a really, really good idea to have a secondary set release, like the holiday release.
Yeah, it's killing me. It's killing
It was
me.
a good idea for them.
Yeah, I would have spent this on other specs. Instead, I'm like, Lord of the Rings. All right, fine. Lord of the Rings here. I'll send in all my stuff.
Like the
Lord of the Rings.
I think they hit it out of the park with the scroll, the gold scroll border. I don't know if I love the
I love the poster art.
acid
I know you don't like
paint.
It. I love it, but I know.
But
you
like
don't.
that's fine. Yeah,
Well,
like
it's to
if
each
you
their own.
enjoy it, then you enjoy
Right.
it. You go spend your monies on that. But it's just I get why they did it. It totally makes sense for when the book was released as well. Like there was a lot of LSD at that point. And so like it's I would have probably put this down if I knew that you weren't putting it down.
If it
but this
wasn't-
is probably one of the best set releases in a really, really long
Well, okay,
time.
so let's break it down a little bit. Is they did the amazing job of having a card that is now more expensive than a Black Lotus. Like, did you ever think that they were gonna make a Lord of the Ring or not a Magic the Gathering set? Any card that was gonna be more than Black Lotus, we have one. Like, they did it, and not only that, they made multiple cards in that set, thousands and thousands of dollars, and not only that, the non-serialized stuff is hundreds of dollars. Like, this set is, it's a home run. Like, there's so many aspects to it.
Home run.
That it's only going to go up in price. They're not going to reprint stuff of that, obviously. There's an IP issue with all that stuff too. So it's the one set that I've held. Besides me opening a shit ton of Modern Horizons 1, you helped me do that. It's the one set where I'm like, these are good cards. I need to hold on to them because they're going to go up, because these aren't going to be printed again, and they're really fantastic. And they go in a ton of commander decks and all that.
Right.
So it's one of my favorites, and it's Lord of the Rings. I mean, a fucking Magic is 1A, and Lord of the Rings is 1A. Like, they're the same for me. That's what it is. They're
That
1A,
is the same.
1A and 1A.
That was a great example.
Yeah. This episode sucks. I'm gonna fucking piss my
This
pants.
episode.
I gotta pee again.
This
So
specific
guess
one?
what? Guess what? You are gonna do the Secret Lair. Tell me what your number one Secret Lair of the year is.
Shit, I was
You
gonna
can talk
ask
about
you
it because
first.
I gotta go
No.
pee really bad.
Again?
Yes, I broke the damn seal. I've been drinking, and that's what happens. Lowry.
Well, I was gonna. All right, you just go pee. I can edit this part out. I'll be
Well,
silent.
But no, there's people watching. We have 4 people.
Ooh, 4.
There's
Yeah.
4 of them. But no, what is your favorite? What is your?
I don't know.
I should jump in here. Okay, so do you want to talk about Lord of the Rings more? Is there something? Is there a topic? Rhode Island. Neither. I'm not gonna pull that bit off. Neither a road nor island.
Yeah.
Discuss.
Hashtag Team Force Walk.
All right, Josh.
Get the
Ah.
fuck
I mean,
out!
come on. You gave us the shots, but
Nope.
don't do
Nope.
the Team Forest Walk. Come on.
Yeah. No, he knows.
Josh,
it.
by the way,
He knows.
we need to get you on a stream of playing games here, buddy. Just saying.
You talk about streams, you're just gonna pee your pants.
That's a good point. Going to the bathroom.
All right. So now that he's gone, it looks like Tomb Raider one, Lara Croft, is sitting at about $35. You can fucking buy that one, sell her individually, and then have a free Shadow Spear for sure. Appreciate it, Josh. Hashtag Team Force Walk call. It's just the hashtag Team Force Walk crew out here tonight. That's because we're the best crew. And there's never I've Urza's for life. Come on. There's I don't even think there's a wolf pack, much less a NWO version of that out there. But hashtag Team Force Walk. We got a crew. I'm proud of us. All of us. All of you. Oh, that sounds a hashtag Team Force Walk too. Yeah. All right. I do, and not putting pressure on any 3, but hashtag Team Force Walk shirts will be a thing. I don't know if that's going to be right away or not, but it's going to be. It's not. Josh, I'm so drunk. Thank you. He's okay. So Urza's just kind of a jerk, right? Against the Phyrexians, like he's not good at what he does. Still very powerful. Same thing with Yawgmoth, also a jerk. But sometimes,
I hear jerks a lot.
yeah. Well, I was talking about Urza and Yawgmoth jerking each other off.
Oh
it,
God, tomorrow's gonna.
it just wasn't
suck.
working
I'm gonna
out.
be so ham boned here. I'm gonna be so hungover here. All right, jerks. All right, so that was our favorite sets. All right, Lowry, what is your favorite Secret Lair set?
I was hoping you would go first on this. What's your favorite Secret Lair?
I guess
other than the Lord of the Rings one. Somebody already stole
That
my
one.
joke. I had jokes.
You had jokes
stored
written
up. Saved.
Actually, I kind of have two in a way, but I am going
No,
to.
It's okay. What kind of bundle did you just jerk in it? Which
The best, and I'm going to talk about profit wise, and it is actually going to be Cute to Brute. So Cute to Brute was kind of, it wasn't the first of our commander decks that they released. You know, we had the flip coin ones, but those took a fucking forever to get sent out. So those are they weren't a disaster. They ended up being very profitable. But for this year, Cute to Brute was the very first one that this one, giving you the numbers, I bought 5 of these. You can see they're $150, which was kind of expensive. Oh, good for you.
A wizard.
Whoops, not a wizard.
Good for you.
That's the
Thank
wrong
you.
button.
Yeah, thank
For
you.
you.
Yeah,
Not me.
I hit it wrong.
I'm a professional.
So I bought 5 of these, and to this date, I am $450 up. Hit the button again, please. At this point,
Hello, boobies.
that's not the button.
That's also the right button.
It's always the right
Oh,
button.
good
It's
for
always the right
you.
button. The
Right.
biggest thing that
Always the right
they kind of
button.
introduced, we had the coin flip last year, but them doing that more this year. We had the Angels deck, we have the Cute to Brute deck. The crazy thing is the 99 cards that, or not even 99, I guess it'd be like the 95 cards or whatever. You can send those into Card Kingdom and buy list. Like when we talk about buy list stuff, CK, this is where you get that. This is where I got $1 to duels to go to actually hit a dual land is because of this. I was able to buy a bunch of these. The face cards themselves pay for the drop themselves, but also the cards, not the bonus, but the cards that are in the deck, you can buy list those and get your money back just from those. And so this by far has been one of the best Secret Lairs. Anytime that there's going to be a commander deck, depending on the price, like if they raise the price of commander decks, if the stuff they put in them isn't good, then I might not be inclined to buy them. But this had a lot of cards that were $10, $15, $30, $40 cards that are just regular cards, and it just was a no-brainer. And so this one, I'm not done yet, and I'm $450 up at this point, and I have all the cards for my collection at this point.
Oh,
good for me.
good for
So this,
you.
profit-wise, was one of the better Secret Lairs for me. But
Nice.
now I think you're going to go more on your favorite, as in like what you liked the best. So what was your favorite Secret Lair of the year?
Well, the problem here is that I'm looking at 3 choices, and one of them I don't remember. So I'm trying to choose between Wormhole. I think I fucking love that one.
It might be the best one.
Can you bring up Draw Your Hand? I don't remember which that one was.
Shit. Do you remember which drop that's from?
Nope, I didn't make that note. I think it might have been Nekusar with like Wheel of Misfortune.
Oh, okay. Then that would be the summer
Underworld Dreams.
That would be the summer super drop.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That was the Lord of the Rings one too. Death is temporary is the one, but I don't know if Draw Your Hand is in there. Nope, not that one.
Shoot. Well,
Draw Your Hand. What's in it? Do you remember what's in that?
nope. I
Like-
just made notes, thinking
All right, so we got
that would work. Because it always worked in school. Can
Okay,
you just type it in?
so let me check. It might be Winter Super Drop, maybe.
Maybe.
Draw your hand. Yep. All right, that's
Oh
this one.
yes, that one. Why is that the name? There's no drawing or hand in there. Ooh, God, all of these are good. So draw your hand. You have Eldrazi Conscription, Counterbalance, and Bruna. Bruna's is absolutely gorgeous. All of these cards are gorgeous.
Whoops.
But I don't think that's and Wormhole's new. Yeah. Let's go with Cool Ocean Breeze.
Wait, you made me go through all
I
of
did.
that, and then
did.
now you're gonna go to Cool Ocean Breeze.
I am. This is basically the Merfolk one.
Yeah, I
That
know. You're a
was
son of a
electric.
bitch. Yes.
God,
It's great drop, but fuck you, because I just went to try to figure out what the fuck you're. And then you're like, hey, that one's good, but guess what? That's not my choice. It's Cool Ocean Breeze. You motherfucker.
This is the one with Thassa's Oracle in there.
God, I gotta figure which one
but
that is.
this-
Oh, it's this one right here. Spring.
In all of the three, Draw Your Hand, Cool Ocean
They're all
Breeze,
really good.
and Wormhole all hit that like lizard brain glitter shiny part in my brain that is just like, I need to cuddle with these cards just a little bit, maybe a lot of bit.
I like
but this one
Lowry.
has
He likes to cuddle
Luana.
with his cards.
I love Luana. Luana's done work for me in the past. Not
Not
anytime
Moana?
soon. Oh, not a one. Yeah, this
Moana.
one. Making sure
Moana.
that not Moana, Lawana.
Trying to get this moved.
Can't wait for that Disney crossover though.
Hell yeah.
You got that. You have Thassa's
Proxy.
You have the Thassa Deep
Dweller.
Wood Dweller. There we go. That blink
It's not-
stuff,
it's
and
not
then you
transferring.
also have the one that makes a bunch of elemental tokens.
Sorry.
God damn, this one
we
looks gorgeous. Master Waves. There we go.
Yep.
This is just 4. This one is gorgeous. Also, Thassa's Oracle's like an $80 card at this point in foil. It's ridiculous, and that one looks the most gorgeous.
And that's actually a good point with that is that like I was selling these Thassas for like 40, 50 bucks and being like, oh, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
If you wait a little bit, sometimes if you wait on Secret Lair stuff, maturity is always good. It's not a thing of you need to necessarily get it listed right away because now this card is ridiculous. This is the premier, the premium
The
version
one to play with.
of this card. And now it's like what you said, $70, $80 card.
It's
I still
yeah,
made my
it's quite a bit.
profit. I got mine, and I'm fine with it. But the thing is like, you can wait on Secret Lairs. That's why Secret Lairs are fucking fantastic, and you should buy them.
And I
This is
think
a
I
good
only
one.
bought one, maybe 2 of these, and I did not open the second one. Versus like Wormhole, which we just talked about like a week or 2 ago. Wormhole is absolutely gorgeous. I'm still trying to work it into decks, but it does seem like there need for me to really, really like a Secret Lair. I need it to be gorgeous along with practical, like that. But and these 3 were tops.
And Sal is saying he still has 2 of the original ones in the box. Yeah,
That's I don't even know if I bought from the original one.
Oh, what
was
is he saying for this one
Cheap
though?
/ poor / whatever. What's that?
Sal, are you saying for this one, or are you saying the original Secret Layers? Because if you're just saying this one, yeah, hold on to it. This will go up, or sell Thassa's right now. Make the money, move on, and buy some more stuff. This was a great job. I went in on this with several dollar to dual lines, and it's done very, very well. This is a great drop. One thing I do want to say I know I said I had two. One that was really good. I wanted to point out two things with this. Oh, good for you. He said, I pointed out the
one VHS was really good too.
Yeah, but
I didn't get to that one.
I wanted to point out, like, the reason I point out the commander deck stuff is that was kind of like a newer thing. I know they did the flip coin thing, but they kind of failed on delivering that. It almost took them like 6 months to give us that secret layer, so it felt like it wasn't.
That's like a year.
Yeah, it felt like it wasn't part of
a long time.
That same drop. So like, I felt like this year was the commander secret layer drops really than when they did the coin flip. The other thing I will say is drops that do what Dungeons and Dragons. This was another one that was one of my best sellers by far. Is they delivered this as soon as you bought that. So you bought it and then they would send it immediately. Not only that, these were 6 playable cards, 7 playable cards, because the bonus card was the lazy ass dragon, which I fucking love. Actually, that was the most expensive card at the time. This was by far my most profitable in short term. I was able to buy this, sell the cards, buy more, sell the cards, which is what we were talking about. The wormhole stuff is that's still for sale. They're delivering it right now. The more they do that, it benefits everybody, because people that want those cards, but they only want them for cheap, you're going to get them for cheap when the sale's still going on. I know I've sold a bunch of stuff where I was like dirt cheap. As soon as the sale's done, I raise the price to where I think it's going to be or what it's going to get to. But early on, I'm like, hey, I'm going to sell it for this. So if you want to get in on some of these cards, if you only want one card out of a drop and they're delivering them early, I highly suggest looking into that, buying the card early, because you're going to get it cheap. And that's just what that was my second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
I'm rambling. I know.
You get it.
It's the booze. Huh. We still have one more shot, Lowry, and we have to get to our fave 5 cards of the year.
Let's do that shot right now.
Let's do the shot.
That's fun.
Oh, Lowry. This is where drinking Lowry went.
Oh, shit. I got like a shot and a half left.
Is that all?
The only secret layer I regret not buying is the D&D movie secret. Yeah. That one was sweet. It had some really like original, unique-ish things. It wasn't like, okay, when I said original, I take that back. Unique-ish. I think that was really the thing. 5-shot night? No.
I was waiting for you to see that. I was like, no. I was shaking my head.
Josh, we already have
Josh,
a 5th one on the board.
Let me point this out really quick. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beers sitting around me, including these 4 shots. Oh, you say might as well finish the bottle. Oh, he'll do one with you, Lowry.
I'll do one with you. Yeah, when you buy 4 shots for somebody, I feel like you should do at least one.
Yeah, touche. Josh, I guarantee you still have the Malort that we sent you, you little bastard. You do, don't you? You do.
Unless you're just sitting back and hanging out with it at night watching the 49ers lose.
Oh, Lowry. They're the best team in the NFL.
Brock Purdy's back. He's good.
They're the best team in the NFL. All right.
He's good. Are they really?
Dude, they kill everybody. We beat them, but that was when we had Kirk Cousins. Cheers. All right, here we go.
Oh, I breathed it in.
Fuck. Sorry. It's not good.
It's oxygen. Oxygen is the problem. Breathing. Oh my god. Oh.
Okay.
I have
number one seed.
I have a fucking literal handful of Ricolas next to me.
Oh,
and I haven't needed any of it. It just went down my. But no, it's not a good for you. Why do you always press that at like the wrong?
Well, when you go, I
just
have to hit that button. Whenever you start your sentence with,
good for you type thing.
I have herpes.
Oh,
Jesus.
good for you.
Like on your crotch?
No, that's anytime you start a sentence with I have, I'm ready for it. I'm just waiting for you to stop talking.
Hold on, is that like a movie saying of the herpes thing?
No, it's just I was just saying.
Who said that?
It's just you're
I'm
drunk.
just wondering where you came from.
I'm coming from everywhere.
No, oh, okay.
Yes, Salad did appear on the stream. Yes. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Dude, seriously. Lowry is gonna mark it down. Did you already mark it down? Sal gave us a $15.
All right, we got 4 done, right? Yeah.
We got 4.
All right, 1 left.
Tomorrow is gonna suck.
Sal!
Josh, I can't believe you're still
we-
up with us too, buddy. I'm glad you are because you're the 4-shotter.
He's
You
on-
gave us the 4-shotter. Dude, we're gonna hit 3 hours. We're going for a record.
Absolutely. I knew it. No, it's not I mean,
We've
on
never
YouTube,
passed
it's
3
definitely a
hours. We've
record.
never fucking. I think we're at a record right now.
Oh,
But
we're at a record right now.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't think we've hit
Eh,
nearly
so-
this far. This is
Absolutely.
fucking insane. I was actually when I was peeing, I was like, do we ever do a 24-hour episode where it's like donations and all that shit? How terrible.
Absolutely not.
How terrible would
we
that
start
be?
out with who wants to pay? Who wants to buy?
Well, it
eggs
can't
and
be
bacon?
drinking.
Like
It cannot
fucking-
be drinking. Like drinking cannot be involved if we did a
Right.
24-hour episode.
I mean, they could, but like
But, holy
24
shit.
hours, we do our best,
Well,
and then
it
cut
has to
out
be
at
like
4 hours.
We donate
Like-
to a charity type thing because I was just like, how the fuck would we like that would be terrible. But we could do it. You got to do pee breaks and eat breaks and all that stuff. But yeah, we're
That's
not
not
saying
24
that's
hours. Get a catheter.
What? No, because we take turns.
Catheter. Oh. All right. All right.
He said you'll probably hit the slurred word record as well. You are correct, sir. All right, let's get to our Fave 5 Commander cards for 2023. These will be all cards that are from the year of 2023. New cards.
Keep
Larry,
these.
you
I'm
want
not
me
gonna
to
write
start?
yours
Do you want
down.
me to start? Do you want me to start? You start.
Well, it depends on how guilty you found or find yourself.
I'll go first.
right. Not guilty at all, I guess.
I'm going to start with Bone Horde. Well, that didn't work out.
That's a good one. That's not a card. Bone Horde Dragon, which is a dragon dinosaur.
Well, that's not even the right name. It's Bone Horde Dragos. or
Dracosaur.
You have this card. I do not have this card yet. But it is 3 and 2 red, first strike, flying. It made our top 10.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your
It's a-
upkeep, exile the top card, two cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exile a land card this way, you get a 3/1 dinosaur token. If you exile a non-land card, create a treasure token. Haven't been able to play with this one yet, obviously, because I don't own it. But this seems fucking
do.
fantastic.
Oh, good for you.
There you go. How was it?
There
How
we
did
go.
it feel?
There
How'd
we
it feel?
go.
No start.
So it
Every $30 buys 1 more hour on stream. Oh, that would suck. Holy shit. Because I have a bad feeling we'd be like down to like a minute and we're like, all right, we're about to be done. We're about to be done. And somebody go, $30. Like, no. That would be terrible. Anyways, okay.
yeah, a good idea though.
I love this card. It's a dragon. It does red things. It does a lot of good things. We talked about this in the top 10. It's a great card. Like, how is this not in every red deck? Because it's giving you basically kind of mono ramp in a way, giving you kind of draw in a way. And it's only for 5. Like this is Sarah Angel territory. Sarah Angel territory. And it's doing
And
all
you
this.
believe it. And you fucking believe it. From 30 years ago, this is Sarah Angel.
This is Sarah Angel territory.
Flying, first strike, vigilance equal.
It kills a
5/5
Sarah
instead
Angel.
of a 4/4 equal 5 mana. Yep. and then what that Sarah Angel ends, and then this allows you to see 2 more cards, play them if you want or able, and make a 3/1 and or treasure.
It's stupid. This is really
Yep.
dumb. I'm sorry. It's dumb
Yep.
because it's so good. Because like it needs to go in
quite
every
good.
red deck that I have. But all right.
Just like Sarah Angels on all of my white decks.
straight face.
And that's why it was in the Secret Lair on Avon.
Oh, did you buy that
That's-
one? A ton of that one
I didn't know. I bought one,
for the Sarah
but I
Angel.
kind of regretted it at the end.
What? It had
but I
Sarah
get it.
Angel and foil.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, Larry. What is your number 5 card for the year?
Again, I am not an order type person. So I am just looking at my list of cards and trying
Josh
to
did say really quick, Bone Horde is one of those creatures that gets killed on sight. Yes, it is.
kill on sight.
It was kill him. That's where the kill him button started
Yep.
for us,
Absolutely.
which is over 2-3 years ago at this point. So yeah, Josh, good point on that one. It is one that needs to be killed immediately.
I'm going to go with my Lord of the Rings pick. Do you know what that would be?
Wait,
What is
fuck.
my favorite card from Lord of the Rings? You have no idea.
No, because
Three.
it's not
It's
gonna be the
red.
one. It's not gonna be the one I thought. 3 and red.
Two. No, I'm
Give me the
counting down.
CMC.
3,
No, give me the
2.
CMC.
2 red and an X.
2. Is it the mythic?
Yes, it is.
It's the one with yeah, it's not that expensive. Sorry. I don't
Wow.
No, I just I
Fucking-
know
What are
values
you, what are you, a
wise.
fucking cake eater? Like you only like
just, I know, just
cards that are
value wise,
expensive?
I'm like trying to be like, because I haven't been able to sell that one. It's not one of the ones that I've, but I know it's
Serious?
the one with the wood thing or whatever. Entwood or something like wood. No,
No, no,
What is
not
it?
that one.
What is it?
I just farted. Sorry if that showed up on the.
No. You know, farts.
it's-
You can't see
what?
farts, buddy. I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna go with Spiteful Banditry.
Oh, is that the one I'm thinking of?
And you can look it up too. That's what you're
Well,
doing.
I have to. Like that's what the bit of this whole
That's
thing
what
is.
the bid is. Yeah, so it's too.
Yeah, it is the one that I thought. I was thinking
it's
this
an
was a
enchantment.
tree.
You
but
haven't been able to sell this?
no, it doesn't sell for very much. This fine.
So this is it. When it comes down to deals X damage to
You picked a
each
terrible-
creature, and
you
then
picked a
whenever
terrible
a
card.
creature dies per turn, create a treasure token. Happens once each turn.
Josh, settle down. Josh is fucking
no,
talking
Josh
shit
is. He's in his lane right now. It's perfect. He knows what he's talking about. This card's fantastic. It's so good. It removes a bunch of creatures, gets you a treasure, and then combat damage will get you like your treasure. It's a good card. I really, really like it. It's gone in or wanted to go in. I only have one copy, but I've wanted to put it in every red deck that I've built since it's come out.
But you're waiting
I
for
think-
me to make a proxy of it. Is that what you're saying?
Uh,
It's not good enough price wise for me to
Damn it.
make a proxy of it.
Come on. I'm just going.
It's under
like,
$5,
in
so I
my
can't
mind,
do it.
this is something that this is close to an auto include for me. It's a
It is very good.
fantastic wrath, in my opinion. It is a type of wrath.
Well, because it's an enchantment. Like that's the thing is like
Yeah.
most of these things that do the X damage to all creatures, destroy them, and all that. They're sorceries, anyways.
Right.
This is a sorcery, and then you get treasures, and it stays out there, like it's just there.
Right.
Like that's one
This
of the
is-
points that I'm saying with Lord of the Ring, the Lord of the Rings set in general. Is there's a lot of overlooked cards because of everybody's hunting for the one ring or serialized stuff.
Right.
There's so many good cards in this set, and it's one I
This
overlooked
is
as well.
Probably my favorite. And
I
and
overlooked
do
this.
an equivalent, and I'm not gonna say as good, but an equivalent is like Meat Hook Massacre.
Yep.
Which is like -X to all creatures, and then whenever a creature they control, you gain a life, and whenever a creature you control dies, they lose a life.
I will say
whatever.
it does limit the it's once
True.
each turn.
True.
So they make it so it's not insane, but the thing is it's an enchantment, and I agree. Like Meat Hook Massacre it's better, but
they're similar,
right there.
not
This
equal, but similar.
This is right there. Yep. No, and that again, there's a lot of treasures. I'm not trying to do a pun shit, but there's a lot of fucking cards in Lord of the Rings, the set, that you guys you need to look at for spec wise, because when this set is done, when they are done printing it, cards like this are gonna go way the fuck up. And this is a good card. I agree.
Like I wanted in Indoraptor, it is in the Balrog. I gotta look at this stuff. I don't think it didn't go into Saint Draft. It was in Shalayan Halar. Like
I want to put this
just
in my
fits.
Daryl deck at this point. I don't have it in Daryl.
Absolutely.
And I'm like,
absolutely.
this is
4
fantastic.
mana.
Yeah.
Basically, this is 4 mana to draw 3 cards, remove 3 zombies, and get a treasure.
Right. Well,
Like that's a fucking crazy ass card.
At the very least, it's an early turn 2 play. Put it out there, then you do your other stuff that you're gonna do.
Right.
And
Right.
it gets you a treasure token every time you're destroying a creature. So yeah, I like this card a lot. Good call, Larry. I wasn't
Where you
ripping
at?
you.
All right.
I was just
No, you were. That's fine.
My next one is gonna be one that was our number one.
It's your first one.
What?
That was the first card.
It's Charismatic Conqueror.
You son of a. All right. I didn't want to pick that one anyway.
With a you son of a Charismatic Conqueror. This is one of our number ones.
Yeah.
From the last set from Ixalan or
Ixalan.
Caverns of whatever. Lost Caverns of Ixalan. There we go.
It's a long name.
Yep. And this is a commander
it's a
deck
title
one.
of a book that you don't look at who the author is. You're just like, nope. All right.
You know, Ixalan. So this
Yeah.
it's a fantastic card. Like it's gonna be played in almost every white deck, and if you're not playing in your white deck, you should be playing this in your white deck. And it's a 1 white, 1 colorless for a vigilance 2/2 vampire soldier. Doesn't need to be vampire. Vampire tribal does not matter with this. It's whenever an artifact or a creature enters the battlefield untapped and under an opponent's control, they may tap that permanent. If they don't, you get a 1/1 vampire with lifelink. So this is kind of that. What is the enchantment we're talking about? Blind Obedience. This does a similar thing to Blind Obedience, except you're getting creatures. They can choose if they want to or not to untap them. This is only a 2-drop. Yeah, it goes in every vampire deck, but this should go in every one of your white decks.
Right. This is a new auto include staple. The card's crazy. I have 2 being sent to me on Cardsphere right now, and the first one.
Good for you.
I don't know. Somebody in a nearby town sent me one, and we've talked a few times now in the last couple months. But it's just kind of like,
Good for you.
are you just jealous that I'm making friends outside of?
Oh, good for you.
But he was just like, this card's crazy. I was like, thanks for sending it to me.
I don't even have to talk anymore. Just hit buttons. You just talk and I'll just hit buttons. Let's see what works.
It all works. And so this card's crazy. It's so good, right?
I know. We haven't even played it yet. Neither of us have played it in a single deck, but it's so fucking good.
Was this the best card of the year?
It might be the best.
It might,
But that's
no,
my number
hold on.
3.
The One Ring. The One Ring was probably the best card
Stop
of the
it!
year.
No, don't take my stuff. Don't take my precious. Don't take my
I
precious.
did, okay, I wasn't. Sorry, that's not my list. My list. This was on my list, but
Josh,
that's
Josh,
not my list.
Stop it, Josh.
Get the fuck out!
Hashtag Team Force.
Get the fuck
Oh, I hit a fart with that one too. That was a double button.
He's just aggressively yelling at that point when you're farting like that. Oh my god, no. Conquer is so good. Hashtag Team Force spoiler.
Get the fuck out!
I gotta pee again. This sucks. Let's get through this damn list. Oh, fuck.
You gotta hold it now. All right.
Josh is our only listener that's left at this point. We have lost everybody.
The only one? Sal's gone?
Yeah,
Sal?
Sal's gone. I see it's only one. We're down to one,
right.
and it's Josh. You know, the funny thing is, we get to the. Oh, no, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna even admit that one. I was gonna say.
Are we done?
No.
We've had 4.
Yeah. I was gonna say I would
We've
do
had
one for
4.
Josh
All right,
because
we
Josh
got one
is
with
the only
Sal.
one- is
There
the one
ain't
that bought
nothing
us the
crazy
big
that
guys.
we need to do. All right. Hey, we can hold off. Okay. My second one. I'm gonna go with something that I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna say City on Fire.
I kind of figured that was gonna be in there for you.
Yeah. So this is like 5 colorless, 3 red. It
Oops.
has Convoke.
Yeah.
And then all damage that's dealt to a permanent or player is source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player. It deals triple the damage instead. So 5th, 1 team, 1 goal.
I'm down, Lowry. I'm down if you are. It's Josh. Josh is our boy right
Yeah,
there.
but Sail left. Is Sail? Do we have 2 watchers at this point?
Yeah,
Is it-
2 jumped on. 2 jumped on. There's another one that
All right,
left.
Sail. Sail's around. You need to confirm. Confirm. If Sail's around, I'll take a shot for him since it's his. Josh, you're done. You're
you
pull out
somebody,
that shot glass.
Somebody contact Sal.
Sal, where'd you go? It's midnight. It's
Not quite.
happy.
right.
I mean,
No, this is good. This is a great card.
It's
It's a
3
great card.
minutes. It's
It's a great card, dude. The Convoke part,
right.
you talked about Convoke earlier.
right.
Convoke being able to get this out there. We talked about how this was so much better than. Oh, Sal's on. Oh shit. Oh, and Renshire's there too. Shit. It shows only 2. How does it show only
All right.
2? And there's
Everybody,
more than 2.
get your
there?
shot glasses ready. Let's do this. We're doing number 5.
Oh,
We're
This
doing
is the
number 5.
first.
We
This
got
is the
plenty of
first.
show left.
Merry Christmas.
All right, 5. Sal, you're getting yours tonight. This is awful.
Oh God. I'll tell you this. I don't need
Yeah?
my sleeping edible to go to sleep tonight because I'm gonna pass
Nope.
the fuck out. Actually, I'm gonna have to go
Nope.
eat something to make sure that I'm not puking in the morning.
Absolutely.
This is drunk eating after this.
Hey,
Sal.
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 I-
Sal. Is that like
Yeah, no, you know why I do that, right? Because we're old. But
Sale?
congratulations.
Congratulations.
No, I'm spilling. No,
Sal's gonna
that's
do a
like the
shot of
first
rum.
time I spilled on our mat. And there's nothing out of that shot glass. It still looks like a full shot glass.
You were hoping it was halfway gone. I want to see it. Put it up to the camera.
I can't. No, I'll just spill it on my.
Put it up to the camera. Oh, now I'm spilling. All right. Put it up to the damn camera, you bastard.
All right, I'll watch this. We got a break. All right.
I'm supposed to work out in the morning. I don't think this is going to happen anymore.
I don't think you are. Hey, thank you so much
Thanks, Al.
for paying attention to us.
I can hear you. Whoa. I can hear you laugh. Whoa.
Worst shot ever.
5 shots is never a good shot of Malort. 4 is always the maximum amount we can ever take.
Worst ever. Oh.
This is a terrible podcast. Who is watching? This is terrible.
Oh, I regret this fully.
I immediately regret my decisions. Are you crying? Larry, you're gonna make me pee because I'm gonna laugh. You need to stop.
Oh, no.
But Josh just said he's getting another. Hey, Josh, I'm getting one too.
All right. Oh.
All right. Well, I will. Where are we at? I did.
We haven't talked about City on Fire at all.
Yes, we did.
Oh.
It's a great card for tripling the damage. The Convoke is amazing. We broke.
Right,
Yeah,
Convoke puts us down early. Oh my God, there's so much. I don't know. Spit
Sal is
or
right. He
shot
said
or
we
whatever.
broke Lowry. That is totally.
That's you. That's 5 in the night. We don't do that for a reason.
We've never done 5. Oh shit! Tomorrow's gonna suck ass.
That was too much. Well, okay. So here's the problem that I had was I spilled.
Hey,
and
we
then
we had 3 hours. 3 hours. This is. I don't know if we've never broke 3 hours.
No, we haven't.
This
Absolutely
is 3
not.
hours.
All right. So here was the problem: is that I spilled some of the shot, and then I went to try and like take the shot, but I inhaled it because I was like coughing, trying to take the shot, and so I inhaled it, which is not how you should shoot. You don't shoot inhaling. You drink it, right? And that was bad. That's real bad. So you just don't do that. Just don't do that. All right, that's all right. So City on Fire, triple the damage
This
from
is
your
the stupidest
sources.
podcast. I got hiccups. Okay.
I'm done. All right.
Okay. This was a bad idea. Milk was a very bad idea.
It's too close together, by the way. All right. I'm good. City on Fire. I'm happy with it. Triple damage. Let's do this thing.
All right. I dig it.
Great.
What do I have? I have that one and I have that one.
What do you got?
All right. We're going to go Lord of the Rings-esque. But it's not what you think. It's Palantir of Orthanc.
That's absolutely what I thought it'd be.
So this is the...
That's like the third or fourth best card. Best
What
card
happened to
in...
your voice? Is the third or fourth best card of...
Look, I don't know if you know this, but Mike Tyson is one of our cousins, and so a lisp happens every once in a while.
So it's a 3-drop artifact, legendary artifact. At the beginning of your end step, put an influence counter on Palantir of Orthanc. And scry 2. You're always scrying 2. That's fantastic. You got a 3-drop, you're scrying 2. But then target opponent may have you draw that card. If that player doesn't, you mill X cards, where X is the amount of counters on it. And they lose life equal to the total amount of CMC of those cards. Sorry, I'm just trying to read while I'm hammered. And there's a lot of comments happening, and this is the stupidest fucking episode ever. Happy New Year, Laurie! You didn't even listen to anything I read. You know the card,
What?
but you're trying to read what everybody else is saying at this point. Anything interesting at this point?
Josh thinks I'm going to yak.
You did giggle.
Here's the problem.
I've never
I've
seen
been
you.
a fat guy for my entire
I've never seen
drinking
you
life.
giggle that hard in my entire life.
That was, well,
you were giggling way more.
it was
than
awful.
That was.
I mean,
that was fucking fantastic.
I'm not even close to yakking.
Oh no!
By the way, Josh.
Yeah,
not even close.
Yak wise,
Right.
that happens tomorrow if anything's gonna happen. Tonight wise, no, I'm just saying.
At this point, no. We had lasagna tonight. I planned
A wizard.
Oh
my
shit!
dinner.
I thought it was on a good for
a
you.
wizard
good for
is
you.
never. No, I want a wizard.
Okay,
Button.
okay, I'll give you that. I'll give
Because
you
it basically makes
wizard
you
is
feel like
never
you know what you're doing.
Nor is he early. He arrives
precisely what he means,
to.
Joe.
Right. A wizard never yaks. He drinks precisely what he needs to drink to get wasted. And that's where I'm at. But okay, Palantir of Orthanc, you like it? Why? That's a bad card. I'm just being an asshole at this point.
This is not that bit, Lowry. You're on the wrong bit. This isn't the bit. This isn't the bit to actively disagree with whatever I put out.
I'm just trying to elongate the episode, and we're
3
just
hours
gonna
and
fight.
5 minutes at this point. Let's go longer.
Yes, I struggle when I'm sober. You got that?
Oh wait! Oh shit!
You
Sal,
got it?
Sal has a good point here. Do I have that button? Shit, I might have.
I hope you do, because I literally just said it. So.
Fuck, I might have. No, because you say or not say. You go to your next thing. Let me see if I can find it.
All right. No. Okay. This is why I was ragging on Palantir of Orthanc. I don't have a deck I want to put it in, and I think if you can put it in with like the red Gear Hulk, if you're playing the red Gear Hulk, this is something that you want to be playing next to it. It's a little specific for what I think, but also like people don't have a problem with it. Like I think it's also just like scry 2, either damage or draw. And at a certain point, this is something that's just going to be dealing a couple damage per turn, and then it's going to start scrying you 2, drawing a card.
Well, you don't realize that the counters go up.
Right.
They go up. So every time you're doing that,
and there becomes a certain point where they don't want to take the damage, and they just let you draw a card.
right? So it's a draw card. You're
Scry
always
2, draw a card.
You're always scrying. Like that.
Right.
That's the thing is, it's a 3-drop. You're scrying 3 or scrying 2, no matter what.
I absolutely just said this when you weren't paying attention.
Well, I was looking for the damn button you wanted me to look for.
Did you find it?
No.
Well, how am I supposed to react to this? I'm just saying, you're always scrying 2, and it's either a scry 2, draw a card, or scry 2, deals a couple damage. And so it's okay. Like, it's better than 5 Rexy and Arena type card.
I'm just hitting buttons.
Why are you trying to scare away one of our 3 listeners at this point with Renshai?
Penis can only get so erect.
Hello, boobies.
I'm just saying, if you have the red Gear Hulk in the deck, I think this goes absolutely in there.
Josh,
You're just pressing buttons.
I know. That's all I'm doing is hitting.
Right, Josh, same spot. I like it.
The price is wrong.
It's more of a specific card than I want to say.
good for
you. It's like there's a saga.
Kid can't even read.
Hashtag Palantir of Orthanc. Eh? You ready?
What's your next one, buddy?
I don't know if this is gonna help me, but I want to go with Bitterthorn.
This is a terrible card. I don't know.
What do you mean? You don't even know what you're talking about. Bitter.
Yeah, it's a terrible card.
No, it's okay. You're
I know,
just
I
talking
like
about
it.
you.
I like
You're
it.
basically bashing Sword of the Animus. But it's 3 mana. It has
the living weapon, so it comes down with
God damn it, Josh.
a 0/0 germ. Hashtag Team Force Walk. And +1/+1. And whatever attacks, go and get a land, basic land. I'm gonna probably edit as much of your buttons as possible at this point. You out, belligerent.
Get the fuck out!
What was that one?
Yeah, I agree. It's a poor man's Hearth and Home at the same price, so it's not bad. I like it better. I like this
better
actually
than Hearth
better
and
than
Home.
Animus, Sword of the Animus, because it comes with a creature rather than needing a creature. And so I really like the idea that you can just pay 3, get a 1/1 on turn 3, and be able to attack and go get a basic land. It can die or whatever, but it's fine. Like, that germ dying's fine. Equipping it to something else better is fine. It becomes a really, really good card. I'm happy that it has been printed, and I think it's 3rd in line. I think Josh is saying it's a poor man's Hearth and Home. I agree. It's 3rd in line. It's Hearth and Home, Sword of the Animus, down to Bitterthorn. Bitterthorn needs to get a bit cheaper in that regard, but it's a good card.
Cool. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the sober. I'm hoping I could find the sober button, but I think I got rid of it.
What?
Because you weren't drinking anymore, so I got rid of it. So I didn't put it on.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah, I got rid of
The
it.
Equip 3 is a bit rough. Sal, very much quoting you and everybody else that has ever seen the card. It's the living weapon part that makes it good. If it didn't have living weapon, the card would weirdly be $2 if it didn't have living weapon.
Sorry.
So
I don't
essentially
Sal,
unplayable.
I apologize.
Which is weird.
I don't have it.
What the
'cause
shit?
You aren't drinking. That's why.
Fine.
We took
All
our
right.
5th
You
shot,
got it?
right? We got our 5th shot, right? I just want to make sure
We did. We did.
All right.
Great job,
I'm on
everybody.
my
Great job.
2nd card of the year. And Lowry, we did have this on our top 10, but it is Roaming Throne. I think this card is fucking fantastic. It fits in tribal decks. It's an artifact. It fits in everything. It's a 4-drop artifact, 4/4, has ward 2, so we have that ward protection.
Right.
When it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, so you get to choose if you want to be elves. It's in my Merfolk deck.
And that makes sense to be in the Merfolk deck.
Right.
But how many?
Dude, this was on our top 10. Just so you know, we weren't sure if it was. It's on our it's on our top 10. It
was?
It was. If a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. This just fits. Like when you're doing your tribal stuff, when you have your decks, when you have your elves, when you have your merfolk, when you have your dragons, when you have your whatever, this is allowing that ability to happen multiple times. What do people love about Magic? They like to play their tribes. They like to play their different types of commanders. They want elves. They want their goblins. They want their dragons. They want all this stuff. And why not have this happen twice? This is just a fantastic card. It makes sense why it's a $10 card already as a rare. FYI, don't hate on it because it's one of this month's proxies. Just saying. Just saying.
I'd be down with that. But I understand that as well. So I agree. I like it a lot. But that's it. but it's got
No, honestly, you can give criticism.
It's really, really good. It should be on my list, but it's not.
I think we had it on our I think it was number 4 spot. Remember when you opened
when
it?
you say you think, it's because Sal told us it was not on 4 spot.
Like when remember when you opened it and you beat me with battle boxes because of this card?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's on our 4 spot. I was like, I don't know if we picked this card because it's tribe, like when it's specific about things, but the thing is this allows you to pick what you want.
Every tribal thing. Okay, so here's the thing for me is that triggers is pretty specific. Like it's half of Strionic Resonator, which is like activated or triggered things, but there's enough things like tribes out there that work on triggered things. Like you're thinking explore, I went with enrage, like it's perfect in this set. I don't want a lot of tribal decks. This is like when we're talking about decks that I want, like I want enchantment, artifact, life gain, tribal as a thing, but not as like multiple tribal decks. So I'm okay with like a tribal, and some people just really enjoy tribal decks.
I love
it's where are we at, Sal, with our slurs? Because that sounds bad too.
Isolate
our
that.
Our slurs.
Where are we with our slurs?
Are
there quota?
So, if we had more than the 20 people that listen to us, we'd be canceled. All right.
That's a fantastic thing about this is we are underground. No one knows about us.
Underground podcast.
The underground podcast.
Oh, that's what we need
whatever.
to put in our hashtags. So I agree. I like it, but like I don't want more than like 2 of your proxies. But become a patron and you can get as many proxies as you want of Roaming Throne coming up in January.
There you go. There you go. Good job.
Right.
Way to promote that.
I did all right.
You did good.
My
job.
turn.
What is your number 1? Did I do number 1?
I've only done
number
3
2.
so far. How many are we doing?
I went first. So.
We're in trouble.
Yeah. What is your number 2? What is your number 2?
The slur count equals 156. I didn't realize that we were the equality of Trump.
Is equality even a word? What is,
no, but if I was comparing us to Trump, then it is. Yes.
Touche. I too have an uncle.
And
all right.
Now
so
we've lost more patrons.
What is your number 2?
That's okay. I'm gonna go with. We have 2 there that are like all
it's
of
not
them.
A draft format.
I know. I have 2 to pick from the 3 that I have. I don't think you're going to pick any of these. I knew you were going to pick the Conqueror,
for you.
and I wasn't sure about a couple others. Maybe I just combine those. We can do that. All right, I'm going to pick Chivalric.
How do you spell that? I don't even know what card you're fucking talking about. This is your number 2? This is your number 2?
Chivalric.
Chivalric?
Chivalric.
Can you put that into a sentence, please?
I can't talk right now.
Can you spell the word for me, please?
You figure that out.
No, it's white. I can't see anything. It doesn't look like you wrote
No,
anything.
we're all white. We're so white.
Josh just said, what the fuck did you just say? I'm wondering the same thing. I want to type things, but I don't know where to start.
CHB. CHBA. And then that
VA. I think I could find it after that. Maybe. Is that what? This is not what you're talking about. Because that's I did CHV,
just go CH. No, hold on. CHIVA.
Oh, IVA. Oh,
IVA.
You missed the I there, buddy.
That's not how you spell shit.
That matters. I'm guessing it's this one.
Yeah, that one. That looks good. All right, 1 and a white enchantment. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. You can pay 2, discard a card, create a 2/2 white and blue knight creature token with vigilance. So the reason why I like
is this the first time you're learning about this card?
Me personally, no. This is because it double triggers an Ishin. It's fantastic because you get to draw 2 cards, but white needs this kind of draw. It came out before Minas Tirith, which would be in equality with it.
I'm just watching the comments
right now.
I'm loving the comments. The comments are my favorite right now. Okay. What I didn't listen to anything you just said at all. It's a card. That's all I know at this point.
So it's right there with Minas Tirith, which allows you to pay like 2 white, tap the land, and draw a card if you're attacking with 2 or more creatures. So it's like right there in what you're doing. I like being able to discard cards that are in my hand or dead, and create creatures to be able to trigger
this is one
the
of your,
draw ability.
This is one of your favorite 5 for the year. I'm sorry.
What this? Absolutely. This card is fantastic. And so look, I can't. I'm unwilling to pick 5 from Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, the Lord of the Rings set.
That was a good burn. That was a good burn. Because my number 1, you know what the number 1 is.
I know. How many of the Lord of the Rings ones have you picked? 3?
2.
2.
Well, one at this point. It's gonna be 2 in a second. It's gonna be 2 in a second. It could have been 3.
Chivalric Alliance is quite a good card, and I think you should.
Josh just fucking said the same thing I'm thinking. I was like, I've never heard of this card.
Well, I'm here to help you.
Hey, Lowry,
and evangelize you.
I went off of our
card more.
I went off of our top 10 of cards that we picked for this year.
Yeah,
this was not there.
For you.
No,
that's because that's why we do 5. All right, because I don't want to agree with you and you don't want to agree with me, and so we get to do different lists.
This wasn't even in the arguments of when we talked about the top 10 cards of that set.
Really? It was an argument. I brought that argument. I folded.
You sound like you're doing a Trump thing right now. You're like, it was an argument. It was an argument that took place.
This was one of my favorite cards from this event.
You're making me laugh too hard. I have to pee so bad at this point.
Go pee. Right. We can take a break. I gotta pee too.
No,
I gotta pee too.
No, because we're at the end of this fucking episode. We gotta get done with this.
1, 2, 3. You have.
That was your number 1.
3 left. I have 2 left.
No, dude, that was your number 1.
No, that was my number 4.
No, that was like your number 1.
Nope.
It was your number 1.
Oh.
Larry, number 1.
It's not. I've done Spiteful Banditry, City on Fire, Bit of Thorn, and Chivalric Alliance.
I guess I started. So you get one more.
Thank you. All right, you got one more. I got one more.
Mine is the One Ring. Like, that is the best card that came out this year. The One Ring. I don't need this. What do you mean?
It's figures. It was boring.
It's
yeah.
fantastic.
Of course you'd pick this card. It's not we're not picking cards that everybody else likes.
That's my favorite. It's been in
Yeah.
every deck that I've made since.
How about you Pop-Tart around? All right.
Do you say Pop-Tart?
Maybe.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, it's a good card. It's a crazy good card. It's stupid.
I don't need to explain this one. So if you have a number one,
draw a card, then draw more cards, then draw more cards, and you have protection at the beginning, but you have more cards. Oh, you can't remove it?
I will say the biggest misconception of the card is that people always, including ourselves, is you forget that first turn that player has protection from everything.
Yep.
It always gets missed because it's just all about the draw. It's always a great card. I know people don't want to hear that this is, but it's a fucking good card.
It's really good.
It needs to be in every single fucking deck. That's all I gotta say. It didn't go in my recent deck though, so it's not on Hack Bar or Hackball, whatever.
No, you probably don't need it.
Nope, because it's a lot of drawing. But anyways, I guess I started. I apologize. I was calling you out.
Yeah.
What is your number one?
It feels like it.
Here comes a
fails
fizzle.
in comparison.
Here comes a fizzle.
Yeah, it's a fizzle. I agree. I don't even know which one to choose. I got two.
Pizza. Josh, it's not called pizza rolls. They're pizza
It's
pillows.
Pizza pillows.
They're pizza
They're
pillows.
fucking pillows.
They're pillows. You can sleep on them.
I'm gonna go with two. Can I go with two?
No,
Because they're doing
that's not how this works.
kind of similar things.
No, that's not how this works. We just
Okay.
you pick
Okay.
a card.
So I'm gonna go with a card, but I'm gonna say the first one,
And then I'm gonna say the second.
and then I'm gonna say the second one. Secondly.
I hate your face. I hate your face so much. I'm gonna say the first one. Well,
right.
then I will pull up the first one.
I'm gonna say
and then I will not pull up
an
the second one.
amalgamation of words that may or may not be a card.
Well,
You don't
then
have to
I
look
can't
that
find
up.
them on the Googles. How do I find that?
I'll link it, not leak it. I can't leak anything, but link.
Oh, shut up,
Notes.
Josh. Josh
No.
said 6-shot. No, that is not a possibility at all because I'm going to die. I'm going to
All
die.
right. So I'm going to say Mosswood Dreadnought,
What are you talking
but that's
about?
not what I want. I'm going to talk about Decadent Dragon.
Why did you say the first word?
What?
Why did you say deck? What?
Decadent
Spell it?
Dragon.
Oh, wait, I got it right there. I must have spelled
Do you?
this before.
Are you sure? I don't know.
This guy. Oh, that's a terrible
This
card.
No, shit. Shut your mouth. Oh, I want that back. All right. All right. Decadent Dragon. It is a split card, essentially. And you can pay 2 and a black to remove the top 2 cards of an opponent's library. And you can cast those cards for the rest of the game. And then secondarily, or firstly, you can cast Decadent Dragon for 2 and 2 red for a 4/4 flying trample.
This is your number
Whenever
one?
it attacks,
This is
you
your
get to
number
create
one.
a treasure token. Now, this... Lowry, no. Okay.
This is your number one.
No, and I don't do things in order. I do things so that you don't steal them from me.
This is your number one?
It does not say. You're wrong, Josh. You're wrong. You're wrong. So this card allows you to turn 3, essentially draw 2 cards, and turn 4, you're attacking to have treasures. With a 4/4
not turn
flying
4, turn
trample
5.
For 4.
Turn 5.
When you're attacking
Yeah, but he's not attacking.
on turn 4,
He's not attacking on turn 4. He doesn't have haste.
Are you not ramping? Do you not know what ramp is? This is why you
He has
don't
no
have
haste.
land like I do.
He doesn't
When
have
every game you're like,
haste.
how do you have so much land?
He
It's
does not
because of
have
ramp.
haste. This does not work
It
that
doesn't
way.
matter. I'm ramping.
This
So
doesn't
turn
work the way you
4,
think it
I can
works.
attack with him. Jesus.
Lowry, we can't all
Birthday.
assume that we
Coming
have
up soon. No,
30
I'm not saying this
lands
is
on
turn
2.
This is not my number 1 card. I agree.
It is
I
your
agree.
it is your number 1 card.
No, it's not.
Well, in the position of ordering of what your 5 to 1 is, it is your number 1 card.
Guess who makes the notes? Me. Guess who just does it randomly anyways? Me. All right? It does not suck. Josh, you need to... I know I've already responded to this part, but it doesn't suck. It's quite a good card. When we made up an entire segment about card advantage and mana advantage. Whole thing. This goes in there.
You're depending on 2 colors at this point.
How many mono-colored decks do you have?
I talked about one of them tonight.
None. 0.
Braids was 1.
0.
This could not be played in braids.
I guess, yeah, you're right. You're right. Braids? Ooh, can't play so many cards, including this one.
Josh, how do you jump on that shit? Stop it!
Josh! Basically...
I went to the wrong button. I apologize.
You know.
I did party and party. All right, we need to end this because...
Can we end this? We're at 3.5 hours. We're doing
Josh,
great.
You set us the record. You did. I'm not hitting buttons anymore. I was going to hit a button of...
Hey.
Get the fuck out.
We should do this more often.
No, not 3.5 hour episodes. This is terrible.
But if we did this every other week?
My balls hurt because I have to pee so bad at this point.
Actually, mine do too. That is a good description of what's going on.
Here's what I'm going to do. You guys, thank you guys, all you guys, for being here on the live feed, especially Josh, Sal. All right, I got to scroll up on this. Let's get this. Wow, you two are the...
I got to pee so bad. Can you...
I'm trying. Renshy, we got...
Thank you so much for coming out.
Sorry.
Sal, Josh, mine
Cole. Should I make this last even longer?
You son of a chivalric alliance.
What was that one?
Nothing.
Number two. God, you guys are fucking fantastic. Parks was on there. We got Christopher was on there. All right, we talked about Josh on there, and yeah, we got it all. Thank you guys all for joining on our last 2023 episode. We will be back at the end or after 2023, 2024.
Like super right after the new year.
But really quick, there is some
Tuesday
videos that are going to happen this week, so make sure you guys check those out.
Just go take a nap.
Those out, and if you don't, hey, have a happy holidays. We will catch you guys next week, or
we
in 2
will,
weeks.
guys.
I know this is beer, booze, Malort. It sucks. We will catch you guys next week. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks for listening.
Hang on. Sega comes in.
No, we're not doing a shit shock or a 6 shot. All right.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas.
This is terrible.
Boobs. I'm bunkers for honkers.
Josh,
Malort for the year.
Boobs, thanks for the memories.
You killed us.
I love boobs.
Appreciate everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays. Everything. Merry Christmas.
Happy
everything.
holidays.